details emerged about the circumstances around Hayden Panettiere's death after authorities responded to an unresponsive female at a Greenville, South Carolina residence around 1:51 p.m. on Sunday. According to dispatch audio, officials discussed an apparent overdose and cardiac arrest, while a source told people that Narcan was found at the scene, which means it could be an opioid emergency. The Greenville County Coroner's Office said first responders found Panettiere in cardiac arrest and that EMS began advanced cardiac and life support measures, but resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful. An autopsy was completed yesterday, and officials said the report says no signs of trauma were discovered that would have contributed to her death. The cause and manner of death is still pending further investigation and additional studies, while the Greenville Police Department confirmed that the preliminary investigation has not indicated any signs of foul play or suspicious circumstances. So it could have been an accidental overdose.
Yes.
It could have been an intentional overdose. We don't know at this point.
Now, I've read that she had severe back pain. She had an operation or something, and that was exacerbating the issues.
Yeah. Her father, Skip, confirmed her tragic passing, he said, in a statement following the actress's shocking death, of course. So, obviously, there's going to be a lot more coming out about that. I was thinking about it yesterday.
It's so sad. 30s.
Terrible.
37,
terrible.
Right?
Yeah, 36.
36?
Do you guys know the actor Ethan Suplee? He played the really heavyweight guy in Mallrats, and he was with her in Remember the Titans.
Yeah. He lost all that weight.
He did, He kind of changed his life around. He posted a photo. He said, during the premiere of that movie, she was 10 years old, came running up to him, gave him a big hug, and he's like, I went to the bathroom and smoked crack after that. And then he kind of posted a few young actors who have had some problems over the years and lost their lives. So it was just kind of this interesting peek behind the scenes in Hollywood and the problems that some of these young actors faced.
So hang on. She was 10 years old and went and smoked crack?
No, he did.
He did.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah,
He
was recounting the memory of this sweet moment where this little girl runs up to him. He's like, that's how I reacted to that.
It's pretty wild when you suffer any sort of like substance abuse things. You can look at these pictures and
that's when I was smoking crack.
You can see one thing, right? Everybody else sees one thing and you see something completely different. You're like, yeah, I smoked crack right after that.
Yep.
Marissa had pulled up her birthday was going to be on Friday.
I forgot we were birthday twins.
All right, so we also have another disturbing story to follow up on that. Perez Hilton, still hospitalized nearly 2 weeks after he experienced a severe mental health crisis during a TikTok live. His family said that he's receiving inpatient care from physicians and mental health professionals. Inpatient mental health can sometimes mean that a patient will be hospitalized for an extended period as they recover. The estimated time Hilton will remain in the hospital, however, is not known at this time. Meanwhile, his team plans to resume regularly posting celebrity news on his website. Authorities responded to his home over a possible suicide attempt, and he was reportedly treated for an overdose and multiple injuries. His children, niece and sisters were home at the time, but his family says that they immediately moved to protect the children from witnessing any further trauma.
So you remember his progression? He got a lot of traction initially because he was outing people who did not want to be outed.
Yep.
He himself, is gay, and so he thought that he was on this mission. Yeah. He, after that, dramatically regretted doing that, changed the whole tone and tenor of the website, and it was less popular then.
Yeah. Yep. All right, some good news.
All right, yeah.
Salma Hayek is officially a grandmother.
Whoa!
After her stepson, Francois Pinault Jr., welcomed a baby boy with his wife, Laura Cassima Henkel von Donnerschmark.
Hi, Grandmom.
The baby is also named Francois.
That's a hell of a name.
Though Hayek said that in a post on Instagram that she plans to call him Panchito.
Hi, Grandmom.
That must be Spanish.
Celebrated the family's fourth living generation of men named Francois, adding, I cannot love him more.
So she married like a massively wealthy dude.
His name is Francois Henri Pinault. They married in 2009, and she previously called his three children a huge blessing. She's embraced being a stepmother. She also shares 18-year-old daughter Valentina with her husband.
Imagine if you're an 18-year-old girl and your grandmother's Salma Hayek.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Salma Hayek don't look like no grandmother to me, man. Wow. All right, so while it seems like pretty much everybody in Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce's orbits was in attendance at their nuptials, one notable person says that they were not invited. Kansas City Chiefs co-owner Daniel Hunt told CBS, I did not get invited to Taylor Swift's wedding.
But his brother Michael was.
He said, apparently I don't sing well enough to get invited. That's probably been my second biggest question of the entire summer. Hunt added that he has not spoken to Kelsey since the wedding, but his brother, Clark Hunt, not Mike,
all right,
attended the ceremony. He said, my brother was there, and I talked to him, and he said, look, it was really special, and it was really unique.
Yeah,
and
rub it in.
We are all so happy for him. No word on why Hunt's invite got lost in the mail.
I would consider that a slight.
I would think so.
Absolutely. It's just politically not a good move.
Yeah, or maybe he just doesn't like him.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they don't like
We're
him.
looking at a picture of him on the internet.
Looks like Pee Wee Herman.
He looks like freaking Pee Wee Herman. Maybe that's why.
He literally is wearing a gray suit with a red bow tie.
Oh my
Steve.
God.
Yeah, I kid you not. He's trying to use the phone in that picture.
I'm trying to use the phone.
Well, maybe they made the right call.
Maybe. All right, Anne Hathaway received the honor of being named a Disney legend this weekend. And an eager fan had something to say about it. During her speech, Hathaway was interrupted by a man in the crowd asking if she was having a boy or a girl. And the actress shared the surprise announcement, of course, that she would be expecting her third child with husband Adam Schulman back in June. Clearly shocked by the audience member's blunt question, Anne bounced back quickly and with incredible wit said, oh, just be patient. You're going to find out in like 5 minutes. And fans applauded Hathaway's graceful response.
Oh, the fans love her.
Unprompted moment, with some noting her princess and queen training came in handy.
So that's how the Princess Diaries, or how she becomes a Disney princess,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, one of them. So she started multiple Disney franchises, including a breakout role as Princess Mia in The Princess Diaries, as well as playing the White Queen in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that's right.
So she's done it a couple of times. The Oscar-winning actress also marked the occasion by making a rare red carpet appearance at the event with her sons, Jonathan and Jack. She joked to people that the legend status doesn't really carry any weight with my kids, but they are very excited to meet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I love her little red carpet ritual. She likes to have a full bowel movement in public.
I didn't realize that.
The red carpet. Cute. Well, everybody's got their thing.
That's her thing. That's our princess.
Dwayne was among the other honorees, including Lin-Manuel Miranda, the Jonas Brothers, Susan Egan, and many more. But she is a Disney legend now. All right, several years back, a hot rumor was that Brad Pitt was dating the much younger Aaliyah Shawkat. And on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, the host brought that up when Cohen asked how the 2019-2020 rumors began. Shawkat said it was all pretty innocent. She said, he's just my friend. We became friends. Spike Jonze introduced us. It sounds all very chic in Hollywood, but we met, and he was really into art, and he's very cool, and we became friends. And she said, everyone thought we were dating because if you stand next to him, everyone thinks you're dating.
That's kind of true. What's the age difference on those two? Do they mention?
I do not know that.
Oh, I know who she is.
She was from Arrested Development, right?
That's not what I was going to say.
Yeah, I've seen her in a couple of movies. She was in a movie. She was in Whip It, which was the
I love
roller skating movie.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, directed that. And I've seen her pop up in a couple of different movies.
I watched her in The
well.
Old Man. That was a Jeff Bridges show.
Yeah. I like her. She's cute. All right. Veteran actor. This is weird, Steve. George Hamilton.
Yes.
Underwent surgery several years back, and it gave him temporary amnesia.
What?
Yeah. While the doctors told him that it would fade in a few days, Hamilton said that it lasted years.
He thought he was Paul Rubens.
And upended his life. While not disclosing the exact surgery, the 87-year-old Hamilton says that he had to, quote, read the cliff notes of his own life to figure things out. He said, I had to read my own biography to learn who I was.
I wonder how often something like that happens, where you go through a medical procedure, a surgery, and you end up with amnesia, clearly temporary on the other side.
And he said, and I had to think, do I like this person?
Why do I have such a tan?
He said, I read it through several times and looked at things from my past, and I wasn't sure if I had done them. Things have returned to normal, apparently, with the actor working on a stage play about his life.
I was in love at first bite. Sweet.
That he's hoping to perform in Palm Beach this winter. So, let's see if he does that.
Do you remember he played Evel Knievel?
No, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
years ago. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I had no idea. Wow. All right, Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer says that talks are underway with Johnny Depp returning for Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
Oh, man.
Not only have I not seen Field of Dreams, I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I saw the first one.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fine. But, what's, for me, the worst part is the residual effect of Captain Jack Sparrow impersonators.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Yeah. By the way, yesterday, so my best friend Steve is in town, and yesterday we were getting ready to have dinner. He goes, "You've never seen Field of Dreams?"
Yeah.
He's a former baseball player
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, "Oh my god!" He's like shaking his head, just quiet, shaking his head.
Trish Long across the hall. She's in one of our account executives. When we walked across the hall, we have a meeting on Mondays after the show, and she's just staring daggers at me, shaking her head. And I was like, what the hell did I do?
I know.
She's like, you've never seen Field of Dreams?
I was so surprised by it yesterday, Preston, that I didn't even hear Casey say he hadn't seen it either.
You were still trying to process.
I'll get to it. All right, so
You know the story anyway.
I do,
At this
I do.
point, it doesn't matter.
At Disney's D23 event over the weekend, Bruckheimer said, "We're talking to Johnny. We're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done."
love to say that. Shut up!
Well, speaking of a deadline, the next movie is reportedly expected to center on Margot Robbie's character, with Depp's Jack Sparrow in a supporting role.
So this would be Margot Robbie's debut in the series, or was she in another one?
I don't know.
She might have been in part 5. Who knows?
She may have been. So Pirates of the Caribbean, the last one was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. They came out in 2017. So, yeah, she could have been
Maybe,
in that.
possibly.
And that brought in $795 million. So
If you just stop going to see them, we wouldn't have to worry about this.
did pretty well. Let's see. She is not in any of the Pirates of the Caribbean
Think of
films.
there are other amusement park rides they can make movies out. It's a Small World, the movie, right?
Was there one?
Did they?
No, I said they should.
No.
The most boring of the attractions.
The wait is almost over. Speaking of sequels, Vin Diesel says production for the final Fast and Furious movie, Fast Forever, begins at the end of the year.
I want to be a Disney princess.
The princess?
No family.
He said, we start shooting in December if I can make good on the request from the studio.
The word is that they've pulled this. I was about to.
It's about family.
Yeah.
They're trying to reel it back in a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, not go to space?
Get terrestrial again and make it again more about the street racing.
Wouldn't it be great if they did Fast and Furious goes to hell?
Yeah.
They actually go to Hades and they're racing. Who are you?
You know what's funny is when I'm watching a movie and there ends up being like a car chase, that is a tune-out moment for me.
Yeah.
Or like a foot chase.
Not me. If it's good, if it's well done.
Yeah, no, I just, like Ronin was amazing, right? You had these I don't know. It's just so, for me, tune out. I'm like, okay, now I can look at my phone and scroll for a little bit until this race
But you're
is
always
over.
looking at your phone and scrolling, aren't you?
Yeah, but that one
true.
especially.
All right.
You
just look harder when that happens.
Yeah, so F1, I barely even watched any of it. No, I'm kidding. I actually thoroughly enjoyed F1.
Is there any car chase you can think of that you do like? And I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, but not really.
Well, there's the classics: Bullet, French Connection.
I've never seen
Ronin.
No, well, Ronin I mentioned.
The Italian Job.
Nah, no.
The Italian Job one was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So actually, the very beginning of Baby Driver.
Yeah,
that
that's
scene
jam full of
is
stuff.
really, really
What about
great.
the John Wick stuff, like around the Arc de Triomphe?
It's kind of tune outy for me.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's tune inny for
And
me.
foot chases too.
Foot chases as well, Steve. We watched Lanterns the other night, right?
Yeah.
And there's a foot chase scene for a little bit. It didn't last super long, but I was like, all right, I don't really need to watch this.
You know what foot chase I like? Point Break.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's so great.
When he throws the dog at him. It's got he picks up like a boxer or a bulldog and throws it at the guy.
You know, it's a great foot chase at the beginning of Casino Royale.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's a hell of
that
a
was
foot
just on the
chase.
other day.
Yeah.
That is it's like
It's amazing.
parkour and all that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in it. Yeah. All right, anyhow.
Stop it.
Fast and the Furious.
We're talking about Dom, and it's about family.
He said, I'm in a good place, though, and I had to go through 4 sets of writers, 4 years of development to
Did they
get
actually write those?
to get to get to something
I didn't even know.
that I felt would be worthy of a finale. And when I read the script a couple of weeks ago, I cried. Fast Forever.
He's very emotional.
The 11th and final film of the series is scheduled to hit theaters on March 17th of 2028.
I was just watching Private Ryan. He's so good in Private Ryan.
He is.
He can act. He's
Yep.
a good actor.
Yep. All right. I was happy to see this. HBO has renewed It. Welcome to Derry for a second season.
So I've been trying to tell people who liked Widow's Bay,
Yeah.
got to go to Derry. Got to check it out.
Yeah.
I think for me, Preston, you're obviously a hardcore Stephen King fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the best Stephen King project I've seen in quite a while
Yeah.
that is not directly written by Stephen King.
Yeah, an
I almost
adaptation
think that's its saving grace.
Of taking his storyline and expanding it. I agree. I loved it. It is demented. It is really messed up. But the kid actors are absolutely spot on fantastic.
They're terrific. And by the way, just because you're a kid in this series doesn't mean you're going to live.
No.
And in fact, when you pass, you may be ripped apart.
The new season will jump back to 1935 during the Great Depression and explore the Bradley gang coming to a bloody end. And all these, these back stories that they explore on this are things that were created in the original novel that were just like mentions, and now they're going back and they're fleshing them out. It's just fantastic.
Made me appreciate Pennywise. I enjoyed the movies. Andy Muschietti directed both.
Yeah.
He directed most of the episodes and is the producer of this series. But you'll agree, Pennywise in this series is far more terrifying than he was in the movies.
So the Bradley gang will stop in Derry to buy ammo, only to end up totally massacred. HBO's Sarah Aubrey says in a statement that the season will deepen the territory, the mystery, and the unforgettable Pennywise lore that fans love. It, Welcome to Derry, is, of course, based on the iconic horror novel It from Stephen King.
All right, so real quick, Perry Shao, our artist friend, he's listening right now, and he brought up a chase scene that I do enjoy, and he is correct. When Pee Wee Herman steals his bike back.
That's a great one.
He's going through the movie, the movie lot.
Yes, that's a great
Twisted
one.
Sister.
Right, Tarzan.
All of that.
Yeah. Thank you, Perry. I forgot about that one.
All right, so like most things Big Bang Theory related, it seems as if Stewart Fails to Save the Universe is a big hit, and HBO Max has quickly announced that the series will be coming back for a second season.
I've been watching it, and what I love about it is that the cast of the original series is making cameos in each episode, but you're seeing alternate versions of them in this multiverse.
Yep. And, of course, the season 1 is only 4 episodes in, so they've obviously they got a huge hit on their hands.
Do you know what's freaking hilarious in it is Brian Posehn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he's reprising his role from Big Bang Theory, but he is a major part of this.
I keep wanting to click on it, but I didn't really watch Big Bang or the other one.
You don't need to. Just know that Stewart was the comic book shop owner, this sort of crestfallen, in a group of nerds, he was the most sort of sad nerd. Not sad.
Did they like him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He was a friend.
Right. Okay.
But you learn how they end up in the multiverse, and it ties directly to something Stewart did accidentally.
Okay.
All right. One more story. The musical adaptation of 10 Things I Hate About You will begin Broadway performances on August 17th.
I enjoyed that movie when it came out.
Of next year.
Oh.
Carly Rae Jepsen and Ethan Gruska are writing the music and lyrics, while Lena Dunham and Jessica Huang are handling the book, a.k.a. the narrative structure of the musical.
Was that a definitive one for you, Marissa?
No,
Heath Ledger and all that?
It was in the list.
All right.
Christopher Wheeldon will direct and choreograph the show based on the 1999 film starring Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. Casting, the theater, and opening night have not yet been announced. The production will mark Dunham's Broadway debut.
That falls in that category of movies that sort of flow, like Easy A is one that pops up. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where it's like, there was not a massive buzz, but it becomes one of your, when it's on, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
It was pretty high up there. It was like She's All That was a little higher for me. But what I love more is the meme that came out that said the Joker and Gordon went to high school together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt played, and they were in the movie together. You're right, the Batman movie. I got some clips to play. Dance with the Stars. The next pro follows 12 dancers competing in a grueling audition process for a coveted pro slot on Dancing with the Stars. Here, Stephanie Sosa talks about her experiences in auditions.
When I walked into rehearsal for Next Pro, like, I think it kind of hit me, like, one of us is going to be on the show. So I definitely felt a lot of pressure. But after that samba, I was like, okay, like, I feel okay. Like, I feel like I went out there, did the very best I could, and I was really happy.
You're like, okay.
And I thought about it happening, and then I had a cookie.
Dancing with the Stars Next Pro is streaming on Disney Plus. Here's our
Oh, sorry.
playing the violin.
Well, my hand rested on it by accident. Sorry.
Next clip. Cocktail Wars has 3 mixologists making drinks for celebrity judges for a chance at a $10,000 prize. And here, co-host Joey Fatone shares how the judges are actually masters of the cocktail craft.
And that's what we're finding out. A lot of these celebrities out there that are very, very just into cocktails, or some of them have their own drinks that are making it. Seth Green's coming out with one as well. So we have a lot of celebrities that are out there. It's been great.
I might have to see this. I'm
You're
not,
dabbling, aren't you?
I mix drinks. I'm not a mixologist at all, but I'm intrigued by it. There's an art to it.
Have
for sure.
have you attempted to create
Yeah.
your own libation?
Yeah, definitely.
Is
And-
there a
yeah, they're okay.
Prestini?
There's not a Prestini. I've created a drink called the Coppertail.
The Coppertail.
Yes.
Which is what now?
It's my house drink down the shore. It's bourbon, ginger ale. What else? I haven't made any lately. Bourbon, ginger ale, a little bit of orange liqueur, like a Cointreau, and some mint.
Would you do me a favor and create a mocktail called the Prestini?
Sure.
For me?
Yeah, I'll make a
Yeah.
Prestini for you, Steve.
Do you do all the tricks with the bottles? Like spin it around
Oh, I
and
throw
throw it
them
in
all
the
over
air?
the place. No, not
And then
doing
you
it.
date Elizabeth Shue.
But I do follow a couple. That art is still alive. I
Yeah.
do follow some Instagram accounts of people doing some fancy bottle tossing and juggling and all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah, the
while
stuff
make
they were
drinks.
doing in the movie Cocktail is like old hat now.
Yeah.
They're doing like crazy.
Dude, there's this guy out of Japan that does crazy stuff as he carves up like ice blocks and
Wow.
stuff, and then lights stuff on fire and throws things around. It's hypnotic to watch this guy make cocktails. Anyhow, the new episode of episode. I've been having problems yesterday and today.
You're just excited.
Still on vacation.
You're on a rush high.
What did I just say?
Episode.
Don't
worry. Just have a diet Suda over there, and
I will. New episode of Cocktail Wars airs tonight at 10 p.m. and you'll find that on E. There you go. Your entertainment report. Yay! It's all done. All right, we're going to take a break, come back in a moment, and keep things moving forward on a Tuesday. We do have a guest joining us who's going to be performing at Ocean Resort in Atlantic City. His name is Modi. Talking in the 9 o'clock hour, and we have some other things to do, like give stuff away. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Could
Some
you think
do.
that soap's going to last one more time?
yeah.
So that's something my shower is completely devoid of, which is conditioner.
Yeah, you don't need it.
I don't need any of that. But you know, yeah. Again, when you declutter the bathroom, you know what I started doing? I started taking my toothbrush and everything, and I put it in the drawer at the top under this, so that my counter is completely clean. When I take stuff out and then put it back in.
Nice.
That'll last for a day.
So yeah, Marissa, I strangle soap, shampoo to the bitter end,
All the time.
and I do the water and shake it up, and do the whole thing, trying to get every little bit out of it that I can.
And then the shampoo leaves it finishes before the conditioner.
Right.
So that you save
Yeah.
the conditioner, and then if you buy it as a set, you put both of them in the shower, and then that's how you build up the conditioner.
So traditionally, both shampoo and conditioner is like just a dollop.
I use way more shampoo than I do conditioner.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Conditioner, you don't need that much.
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like a quarter or smaller, but sometimes you use more.
Do you use conditioner?
Not all the time.
I haven't done it in a long
You're more
time.
a Jerry Curl kind of guy.
No, like if anything, I'll do like
Soul
conditioner,
Glow.
like
Soul Glow.
maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But
Okay.
yeah, my hair's not long enough. You know.
Are you guys different products?
What do you mean?
Do you use like shampoo for your hair and soap for your body, or are you like all in ones?
Shampoo for my hair and beard.
I do the 3-in-1. It's Crew, so it's body wash and
Fish sauce?
and shampoo and conditioner all in one. So I
And
just
toothpaste.
use all of that and toothpaste.
Yeah, 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Face wash.
That's just the worst toothpaste I've ever had.
So get rid of some extra items in your shower. And then the last thing it says here is canned goods you don't use.
I take them out of my shower all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. What's with this beans?
Probably in your pantry is where you're going to find that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got, again, thanks, Mr. Contractor, help we do everything. And we had these cabinets, Preston, that were horrible, that we kept buying the same stuff over and over, not realizing we had it already in the cabinet. It's like, how long has this been in here?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So it's a good time to assess that stuff. Move the clutter
if you're going
out.
to pick a benchmark time to do it, why not now?
I would like to bring you into the world of our esteemed establishment known as the Just Sayin Institute.
The Just Sayin Institute, home of the Bird, Band, Avian, and Rock and Roll Museum.
The entire museum. All the bird bands. All right, man, there's been some really interesting things that have occurred in the world of science. And I'm going to start with a fairly serious one here, which now listen, when you hear about discoveries that have not yet been fully tested, it can take a long, long time for things to actually pan out.
Yes.
But I always think that it's nice to have a kernel of hope. And a team of American scientists claim that they have done something miraculous. They have cured lab mice suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, really?
Cured. And the word cured is in parentheses here, and I'll explain in a moment.
They've made a lot of steps forward in slowing the progression and other things that they've been working on. There seems to be a good story popping up about Alzheimer's and dementia treatment every couple of months now. So they seem to be dancing all around this. So hopefully this is something.
Yeah, the researchers achieved this feat by administering the rodents with the powerful compound, which is known as P7C3A20, which they announced in a new paper in the journal Cell Reports Medicine. Scientists from Ohio's Case Western Reserve University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center undertook the study. Andrew A. Piper, who's the study's principal investigator, said the key takeaway is a message of hope. The effects of Alzheimer's disease may not be inevitably permanent. Like they're talking about reversing it.
And I've heard this. There are other things that have been mentioned that you've mentioned that talk about the reversal. Now, how does one meter Alzheimer's in a mouse?
Yeah, really.
Do they not recognize family members?
I can give you the rundown of it. It's a lengthy article, but the damaged brain, he says, can, under some conditions, repair itself and regain function. That's incredible. I just think of preventative, as opposed to reversing it.
So my mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. She was later on when she got it, but it's something that sort of looms because there's it can be a family component. And there's all these things. One of the spots earlier, Preston, for and I wanted to mention it to you in passing, brought up about hearing aids and that the ability to hear can impact you. Have you heard this in one of the spots we play? It's for the company.
No.
And that can have a significant sway over whether you are susceptible to Alzheimer's or not.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm half-ass quoting it, but it caught me off guard. Is that really something?
Well, that's interesting because I just learned that hearing aids are not covered by most insurance.
Okay.
Which just seems crazy because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And if it does have medical
Do you know what?
implications
They're
like
less
this.
expensive now than they've like. There are so many companies that are making them and that are making them like you could just go in and
interesting.
My dad before he passed had purchased kind of these general that he loved that were great.
Costco has a hearing aid section, believe it or not. Yeah. And a whole where you can go in and get tested. And have, I took my dad in there when he was living with us for a little while to get his hearing aids fixed and all that. So,
well, Dad, if you're listening to this right now.
Yeah. This research is part of a growing wave of very promising lab studies that point to a tantalizing future where Alzheimer's and other neurological issues could be a thing of the past. Besides this P7C3A20 research, others have scored remarkable lab results using different compounds and treatments. So this has made normally cautious scientists so excited that they are making bold predictions. University of Edinburgh neuroscience professor Tara Spires-Jones said that this month she thinks that the scientists are closer than ever to a truly life-changing treatment in as little as 5 to 10 years.
You need stuff like this. I mean, this specifically robs you of when family members or people are dealing with this and somebody ceases to recognize them, the host Bruce Willis's thing. It's not exactly Alzheimer's,
aphasia is
right?
different,
But there is a similar aspect, and it sort of robs the person. It's a horrifying thing.
So, regardless of the cause, previous research has suggested that Alzheimer's is a form of inflammation, and that means lessening or zeroing out inflammation in the brain could be key rather than managing symptoms. So, let me get to the whole
the
mouse thing. Yeah. So, for the study, the scientists focused on the impact of the crucial molecule called NAD+, or I'll call it NAD.
Yeah,
I know.
Right.
Sounds like a ball, right?
Yeah.
It's a coenzyme important for driving cellular metabolism, which decreases as we age. Patients with Alzheimer's suffer from a significant decrease of NAD+ in the brain, and hence their brain cells have trouble maintaining normal functionality, staving off inflammation, canceling other physical hallmarks of the disease.
Hey,
Go
ahead.
Yeah, they took 2 types of mice, okay, lab mice.
All right.
That have been genetically bred to be predisposed to Alzheimer's. So they know how to do that. Treatment successfully prevented them from developing the disease. But the big news was they injected the compound into another batch of lab mice who were suffering from a relatively advanced stage of Alzheimer's at 6 months of age. After getting injections, the mice completely recovered their cognitive ability, and their NAD+ levels were restored to homeostasis levels. So that's amazing.
That is amazing. So if the NAD levels are correct, do they even have to introduce the D's nuts?
No.
I don't think so.
No, as long as your NADs are good, these nuts,
don't even have to worry.
You don't
about
even
these
have to concern yourself with them. What's also good about this study is that P7C3A20 offers an alternative pathway to boosting NAD levels versus taking over the chemical precursors for NAD+, which can raise NAD+ to such toxic levels that people could develop cancer.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
That's where you would introduce the D's nuts.
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
No, listen, so much of just having hope, it really does help to have something to affix to. And I think this is very encouraging news. Chris Hemsworth has an issue with this, right?
Well, I think there's a family
history, and he found out that he found out he's very predisposed to it. Yeah,
but I mean, listen, yes, this is encouraging, and I'm really happy. But then I also feel bad for the people
now.
that it's too late for.
I know,
I
know, and it is the sad nature of these things. But hope is hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they want to obviously start human trials as they possibly can, but they obviously have to do more testing before you can find out if you can even try this stuff out.
I wonder if you can could they talk to Rat Boy, because that's kind of a happy medium
already
Eugene.
There.
Yeah.
Eugene.
That's from Rat Boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, it's hope. It's good news. And when I see stories,
not good news?
When I see stories like this, like I got a birthday coming up, all right? And I'm like, oh my God. All right, 10 years. All right, would that be available for me when I eventually have Alzheimer's?
I have it all planned out. I'm going to keel over. We got a cure.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
The guy's going to step over my body on the floor and go, we can fix it.
It's like 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, here's a text from somebody. It says, an audiologist here. There is a link between dementia and hearing loss. So dementia. Lack of hearing makes you withdraw from conversation and you lack mental stimulation. And that's a quick explanation of it.
There we go. Okay,
So
that makes
can happen.
sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
The less engaged, again, I've seen people in my life where I know when they took the classic retire, kind of disconnect from society and engagement, it seemed that their dementia accelerated.
And then here's a text that says, and yes, most insurance companies do not cover hearing aids, and it is criminal. So just a heads up, it can get expensive. All right, let's move over to orgasms.
Yes, love them.
All right, we go from...
And how are the mice doing with this?
Well, they're...
Oh, man. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, this is mainly in females. So
female mice.
If you've ever found yourself in tears or cracking up during sex, even if nothing was especially funny or upsetting, it's not uncommon. Having sex...
Oh, she definitely got there. I can hear it.
I'm going to make you laugh so hard.
Oh, my God. You're possessed.
Oh, my God. Multiple laughters.
And then we need the screaming orgasm guy on the other side of that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's too funny. So having sex can be weird.
Wow, I'm gonna be like her.
It can be
what she's at. Yeah.
It can be weird, awkward, or embarrassing, and it turns out our reactions to it can be as well. New research suggests that headaches, crying, nosebleeds, or even hallucinations during or after an orgasm are totally normal responses for women.
Yes, it's funny. You always the Just Saying Institute always seems to tap into things I've just read articles about or whatever. Maybe I know we're pulling from the same pool of stuff, but it is a convulsive sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so you would imagine.
Yeah, and your body releases
people have heart attacks.
all kinds of hormones. So a new study from Northwestern University is the first one to look into how often and consistently women experience various responses and when they happen most often. And it finds that while these sensations tend to be rare, they are within the range of normal sexual response, even if they're surprising to the woman experiencing them. Dr. Lauren Stryker, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, says that women need to know that if they have uncontrollable peals of laughter every time they orgasm and nothing was funny, they're not alone. The study involved anonymous responses from 3,800 women, and 86 of them reported experiencing these responses. Overall, 61% had physical symptoms, 88% had emotional responses, and more than half felt more than one symptom. A third experienced a headache.
Yeah.
Almost a quarter had muscle weakness, and close to 20% reported foot pain or tingling. This is kind of a shout out, and I normally do these around the Bizarre File, but I didn't want to forget this one. But our friend, Dan Colachico.
The great.
He, last week while we were on vacation, marked year 19 of him running PrestonandSteveRock.com.
Oh, man.
He turned 43 on Sunday, so we're going to wish him a happy birthday with a shard.
Yep.
But Dan does this on his own. He has from the beginning. Run that website, PrestonandSteveRock.com, which is an archive of stuff before we came to MMR and all kinds of pictures, videos, audio. If you want to find it, some long lost moment, you can go dig around on there and see if you can find it.
It's a better archive of that earlier stuff than our own site.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really good at it.
It goes way, way back. So, happy birthday, Dan.
Yeah.
And 19 years. Unreal, man. Really appreciate that. All right, there was an article that Steve sent to me and wanted to throw this out there and see if there are women that concur with this.
I was like, is this real? Is this something that actually happens? But as I was reading, I was like, maybe it is.
It has to do with Brazilian bikini waxes. Okay. Maurice, you ever done a Brazilian, or is that your thing, or no?
I've done them a handful of times.
Yeah.
I don't like it because you have to wait for the hair to grow long enough to get waxed.
Okay.
So I can't get to that point.
You don't want to have an Ewok in your... Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's got to get to a certain level before you do the
waxing,
the spread and rip, man. So
it just sounds horrible, man.
Apparently, there is a there's a payoff to getting a Brazilian bikini wax. This is according to Sarah Bowes, who is a South Carolina-based content creator. And she says, here's the thing nobody tells you. Let's talk physics when you pass gas. She says your butt hair gives some friction. It gives something for things to pass through. And when you rip that out, nothing. And she says silent farts are not a thing after you get a bikini wax.
When I initially read this,
Brazilian.
It seems ridiculous. But then I thought, well, maybe that does hold up.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe that would hold up. That your ability to suppress or to low-key a fart, if you're not able to provide some sort of blockage vis-a-vis the hair, maybe that does result in a louder fart.
I'm going to put this out to the audience. Ladies, if you have noticed this, please call us or text 610-660-933 that after you get a Brazilian, the butt hair wax, do you find that your farts are louder, essentially, or they're not? The silent ones disappear.
And this is a scientific survey, so
Right.
we're not going to treat this frivolously.
Doesn't have to be ladies only.
No.
If you guys remember, I got a Brazilian wax.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
In fact, it was for the month of stunts, you said it was one of the more unpleasant things you had to do.
Yeah, but surprisingly, the butthole
Wasn't
hurt
as
the
bad.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
the
the
pubes up front.
the top pubes.
Yeah.
They bled.
Yeah, I remember that.
because there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
The sack area was very, very cumbersome. But the butthole, I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess maybe not as much hair in that particular area. Did you notice anything about the sound, the audio?
No, but
the decibel level of your farts?
as Chuck D'Amico once said, my farts have personality.
They
you
do.
know? So maybe they had a little bit more Wessonality to them. I don't know. So there's a comedian, Jordan Jensen, who I'm a big fan of these days, and she has this bit about Brazilian waxes because she didn't know how to get into position for the
I assume
backside.
you have to be wildly accessible.
Yeah, so she was misunderstanding everything. So the technician was telling her to bring her knees up to her chest, and so she was like on all fours, like doggy style, essentially. And they're like, "No, you have to get on your back, and
Yeah,
you are,
yeah.
you're in a very, precarious position."
It's hard to even do that for a doctor, much less someone who's doing something for an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Vulnerable would be a good word.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things like that where there's no rule book, there's no handbook. So you go
Right.
into a nail salon or a place and you don't know how to get new treatments done or something
Yeah.
like that, or what to do. And when you're in a room just like that,
Yeah.
by yourself with another woman, you just gotta, as you said, precarious, vulnerable. It's just
Yeah.
all out there.
Here, put this bridle in your mouth.
It's the same thing when you get a spray tan. You are just standing there, and sometimes the person will like to have a conversation. It's like asking a few too many questions,
Yeah.
staring at my boobs.
So you're standing, and the applier, the person doing it, moves around you with the spray gun, basically.
Yeah, there's kind of like a routine that you do where it's like spin to the side, put your arm up, hold your arm over your head,
Oh,
put
I
your
see.
wrists out, put
Yeah.
your hands out.
What do you do about your face, like your eyeballs? Do they have, I guess, things that you put over your eyeballs?
So you can get your face sprayed. I learned a long time ago from you guys, stop getting my face sprayed.
Okay.
And
It did not look right. It
that
did
was-
not look
Yeah.
right.
I see the things you learned.
Yeah, yeah.
When everybody says you have a color or whatever, there's one friend that was like, oh yeah, just don't to your face and it'll be better. See, you have to chat about it. You kind of hold your breath. It's like I said, it's a pattern. It's a routine. It's
That's
like, all
how I
right,
put-
we're going to spray it on.
Do they have automated booths that you can go in and do that, or is the only way to do it is with somebody actually manually applying it?
They do have the booths. Remember the Friends episode
Right,
where
right.
Ross got
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
in there and he couldn't get away from it?
I want my daughter to get a spray tanning kit because I think it would be great money for her, especially if she goes to, college.
You want a free spray tan, don't you?
No, well, listen, I told her, if she needs to practice, I'm like,
Yeah.
I will be your test subject. But, if she were to go to college, she's going to go to college. When she gets there, when word gets around that, hey, Avery in room 201 has spray tanning, dude, that's cash money right there. That she could, and if you're in Pennsylvania,
I didn't know that.
You don't
Yeah.
need a license or anything like that. Yeah.
All right, a few texts coming in. One says they didn't know about the fart noises, but they heard wiping is easier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would actually stand to reason.
This says, I've been getting Brazilian waxes consistently for about 8 years, and this is not true. This is so not true. SBDs still exist. Another one says, yo, Presbo, when I was in my 20s, I shaved the hair off of my rear end to help eliminate skid marks. But like you said, when you have to pass gas, it's like letting air out of a balloon real slow.
Yeah.
Like that. This one says, if you have big butt cheeks, there's going to be a large fart, LOL, from Big Ass Sally.
Big ass Sally.
But
tends
this has
to concur.
nothing to do with the hair. Love my Brazilians. However, don't recommend when you're pregnant. It hurts 10 times worse.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I would imagine with a Brazilian, as with a number of the other things, when the hair starts to come back in, it's got to be more
Itchy,
irritating
yeah.
and itchy, correct?
Yeah, well, I mean, you get,
Stubble.
when you shave on your face, you do get stubble. But I wonder if the More facial hair is more rigid, than
more peach fuzzy in the butt.
I don't know.
I think
More peach fuzzy in the butt.
I think it depends on the person. Like all the hair is different.
Yeah, true. Let me go to a phone call. We have Mary Beth who is joining us. Hi, Mary Beth. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. All right. So it says here you do Brazilian waxes. Does that mean like for a living or you get them done on you?
I get them done on me.
Okay. And what's your experience been?
I still get silent parts. They're still silent.
You do get silent ones. Okay.
Do you have to work harder? Is there any correlation between the Brazilian and your ability to control? For example, when you're trying to be sort of secretive about it, can you control it like you always do, regardless of the Brazilian?
No, not always.
All right. So
that's a great topic, by the way, especially because I'm a nurse. So this is hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, I have to call in.
So there's some merit to this, you're saying?
Yeah, there is. I mean, like, especially if you like want to make it loud and known, then you're like, with the Brazilian, it does kind of make it loud.
Okay. All right. So you have the power.
What do they call it? A mute on a trumpet.
Right.
Yeah.
Mary Beth, I'm curious as to your last sentence that you said. In what setting do you want to make your farts loud and known?
So, I mean, the funny part, so the other day I was in a room and I work in hospice and a patient had passed. And sadly, it was so sad, but really funny because my coworkers, it was so loud that I was like, oh, nobody will hear me. Well, I ripped one and they heard me out in the nurse's station and they were dying laughing. They were like, dude, that was so loud you could have woke the dead. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
So you're with a hospice patient who just passed, and your inclination is to maybe like a trumpet salute?
I was in a room, nobody was, awake, whatever. And I was like, I didn't think it would be that loud.
Well, Steve, we all mourn in our own ways.
In our own way.
That's right.
Mary Beth plays the trumpet.
Thank you very much, Mary Beth. We appreciate you checking in.
You're welcome.
Anybody else wants to join in? 610-660-9333. By the way, Marissa just saw a text that says, I don't fart, I whisper in my panties.
Wouldn't this be true for anyone who's gotten hair removal, I guess, as well, too? Not just the Brazilians. Like if you got nothing down there.
Yeah, if you have no hair, what do you mean?
Gotten electrolysis, hair removal, and you
maybe.
But it's the same process. Well, it's not the same process, but it's the same result.
The same results, yeah.
Courtney Claghorn, the founder of Sugared and Bronzed, a specialty grooming salon in New York, California, and beyond, said that getting rid of the down there hairs can cause what's being virally referred to as bikini farts. She said removing hair.
Bikini farts.
Removing hair does leave you with smooth, bare skin, so I can understand the theory that increased skin-to-skin contact, especially when there's moisture involved, could occasionally create some unexpected noises.
Have you ever had such a robust expulsion of gas that it actually sort of hurts?
Maybe.
A painful
yes.
fart.
No. It does sound vaguely familiar to me.
I've had painful burps.
Not crippling pain.
No, but just like, oh, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. By the way, she admitted that the majority of her clients have never complained about louder cranks, it says here.
Louder cranks.
Did you say it was Sugar and Bronzed?
Sugared and Bronzed.
That's where I get my spray tans.
Oh.
They have one here in Philly. They may have a couple locations. Yeah.
Yeah, because this one's in New York and California, so yeah.
I thought I was curious because on paper it seemed, well, maybe that does have some merit, but if it does, it has only what we're judging as a small percentage of people are experiencing it.
She said, if increased skin-to-skin contact causes these sounds, keeping the area cool and dry and wearing loose, breathable underwear and clothing may help reduce the amount of friction and moisture between the skin. Once the skin has settled, a gentle, fragrance-free moisturizer can help keep bare skin comfortable without irritating the area.
I would imagine the only way to remove hair from the whole area, the butthole area, is to, you can't shave that, right?
I don't know how the hell you would do that.
That'd be hard.
What kind of attachment I can't think of an attachment.
Kind of attachment.
Yeah. that would be able to route out your butthole.
Right? Like maybe a nose hair trimmer.
I mean, and would you want to dance with the devil and do that?
No.
You would have to have someone do it for you. We should open up a place, Case. Our business model is quite similar.
Yeah.
I think every woman listening is appalled right now.
Yeah.
You just go for it. You just razor down there, go.
Razor?
Yeah. The same way that you guys shave your faces, and we're kind of like, oh wow, you can just so quickly like doot. As women, we just go doot.
Yeah, but
and it's all gone.
No,
But
no.
Are you talking about your butt?
No,
Everywhere
he's saying the butthole.
Butthole. Like down
You would take a
in
razor
there.
Where
to
they
your...
can you can't like
No,
you
you can't
slather
see
wax
anything.
No.
You can't see it.
Unless you had one of those cameras like the spies use.
I've now, like when I shave, when I do my detailed shaving, I put my glasses on. Like I need to see very close.
Your shaving lines on a
Yeah.
beard. So when I shave, I'm good. So I don't cut myself. You rarely see me with cuts. Occasionally I'll get them. But there are points like just under the nose. Just under the nose is a pain in the ass. I don't know why I said that, but
pain in the nose.
Yeah, pain in the nose to get those certain edges. So I do have to pay attention. Yeah. The notion of taking a razor to my butthole is just, to me, seems a trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
Nah, go for it. Have you done the magnified mirror?
No.
Like the ones
for
they
my
have in
face?
hotel rooms?
No, I don't like those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like any mirror to begin with. I don't need one that's going to make me an IMAX.
I never was into them until I realized when you can't see, and then it really is nice.
Let me just go
like
back a
an
little bit here.
eyebrow hair or something like
And
that.
I don't mean to be indelicate, but are you suggesting you have taken a razor to your butthole?
Just want to be clear on
I
this.
just need to be clear. It's okay if you haven't and you just think theoretically it's
That's okay.
should be safe. I'm just curious, have you done it with any degree of success?
Yes. The answer is yes. You just, like I said, you just swipe all around. Everything you need to do.
Wow.
I'm an Italian woman.
She shaves her butthole. To me, I find that too dangerous. Too dangerous.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you're shaving in your sack, I feel like that's more dangerous.
So
than a butthole.
do you shave or do you? So I will clip down, and then I don't shave my sack.
Yeah, I know.
I will use an electric razor with the setting.
I do both. I start with the electric razor and then I get the handheld razor.
Will you ever use a belt sander?
Yes, but only once a month. Hang on. Joe is in his 60s and shaves his butthole with a razor twice a week.
Wow.
Hi, Joe.
Wow.
Joe, you're on the air.
Guys,
Good morning.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Joe, you sound like a guy that would shave his butthole.
Hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
So Joe, how do you do it?
You know what? Very carefully.
Okay.
The thing is I use a razor, but bottom line is, who the heck is seeing down there anyway?
I know. Some people.
I mean, that's just not an area that anybody is going near besides me to wipe.
So that leaves the question: is it simply for cleanliness reasons? You're right. Aesthetically, no one's going to be seeing that. So you have issues, and you say, are you using a safety razor, a straight razor? What are you using?
Disposable razors.
All right,
like the single blade,
like a big razor.
Exactly. It's actually a Schick.
Okay.
But I use the same type for my face, but not the same razor.
Gotcha.
Let me just clarify.
Sure.
It is a cleanliness thing.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Man.
I'm not Tiny Tim. I'm not, OCD, but I just, I like a clean down under. You know what I'm saying, man?
I got you.
I do too. I don't know if I do that.
You're very courageous, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I try, and I can't say I haven't bled before, and that's not fun.
Ooh.
See, that to me
Thanks,
is the
Joe.
issue.
Yeah.
A laceration on your sphincter to me would probably be very uncomfortable.
Also dangerous.
Yeah. Like if you cut your ear or you cut, it bleeds like a mofo.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want an open sore anywhere near where poop goes.
Right. Yes, they teach you that in
I know what you mean.
driving school.
I think that. Well, I'm not going to even. Never mind.
We're in a very delicate area.
I know.
It is a delicate
I
area.
just feel like that could lead to a really gnarly infection.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if your own poop would cause you an infection or not.
I don't think it's a case of like natural
already
immunity.
in your body.
It's
as
my
it was.
my poop. Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
My
Guess
poop,
it-
my choice.
Depends what's in it.
We need that shirt.
My poop, my choice. That'd be great. Think about that rally in D.C.
Anonymous caller, you are on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry to bother you guys.
All good, buddy. All right, you have a two-pronged approach at this.
Yes, I'm in my 50s. I've been doing this since my 20s and all that. I clean down the nether area, shave it all up, even the butthole area, and if I let it go for a little bit, then I use like a goatee trimmer. And I don't use it on my face. That's just strictly for that area and stuff. And so I do that because that way it's easier. It knocks it down a good. Then you can get it in with the razor. If you try to go with the razor when it gets long, it hurts.
Marissa, you are right. These people are doing
I use the razor. So I use the razor just as frequent as I can to keep it touched up. But sometimes everything else gets hectic and you forget about it.
Well, in a workaday world, it's hard to find time to shave your butthole. Let me ask you: Are you using any sort of mirror? Or are you flying blind?
I kind of fly blind. Sometimes I'll take a mirror and do a check just to make sure I got everything. But to be honest, it keeps it cleaner down there. There's no dingleberry, none of that. It's just nice. But I don't know if my farts got louder or not. That I don't know.
That's it. Yeah, and that's how this conversation. That's how it started. All right, thank you, bud. We appreciate it. But I can imagine, every now and then you might look at the mirror and go, "It's okay. I'm looking pretty good today.
Butthole's looking good.
Butthole is looking.
Got my cologne on.
Yeah.
Butthole's looking good. I'm ready for an evening."
Let me see here. Text coming in. Here's one that says, it's really not hard, guys. Really. A woman who shaves everywhere. That's from a woman who shaves everywhere. Another one says, I promise you, we women are able to shave down there and all over.
So, I have you. All right. We might as well ask, how many times have you seen
my own
butthole?
Wow.
Have you ever seen your own butthole?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, just only one time, but
I did one of those photo books like you did from your trip, Preston.
Just only one time?
Well, so there was a picture of it. So when we did Drunk Day years and years ago, I did a brown eye. I was hammered and not really paying attention. There being video cameras. So unbeknownst to me, I think the guy's name was Coleman, who was the videographer. Took a still photo of it and sent it to Nick, and so that video or that photo was being passed around, unbeknownst to me. I found out.
Is that the one and only time?
That was it.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I've glanced in the mirror for sure. If I've had like a rawness issue or something like that.
Sure.
And you gotta take a peek.
I'm sure I have at my age. I just I couldn't sketch it for you.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think I'm tall enough to see it in the mirror in my own bathroom.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You need a step ladder.
Mirror?
That's so funny.
Yeah, you do have a full length mirror?
I guess in my
Floor to
bedroom,
ceiling?
but that's like a bathroom activity, not a bedroom activity, right?
Yeah.
Right, so
Save that for the
you're
bathroom.
like legend level now for doing that. The notion of digging a razor in there is just not appetizing.
She's got company. There are people texting in and calling in. I'm going to go to Devin. Hi, Devin. Good morning.
Good morning, bitches. How are we?
What's up, bitch?
So I was the one that you just read. I texted in about we women shave down there and all over.
Okay.
So this is not that difficult. You get the right stance in the shower. You don't need a mirror. I mean, it's all about just feel with the razor. I mean, you're going to be okay. Everything will work out fine. I've never cut myself. I've never had an issue. I will say the worst part of it is the grow back.
Okay, so
that's what we were wondering.
You get some stubble?
Oh, God. And areas get itchy when hair grows back.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's more of a once in a while type thing for me. These people do it all the time. God bless them. But it's not that difficult.
Forgive the indelicate question here, but do you get bushy in that area?
Bushy.
No,
bushy.
No, I don't. I've been shaving other areas for a very long time, but back there is just I'm Irish. I'm not Italian like Marissa.
Okay, I'm Irish. Well, I don't have a lot of hair, so I'm in the same camp. So I never perceive that being overgrown.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
No.
By the way, for the stubble, when I do shave, I do groom like every couple months or something like that. When I'm like, okay, it's time. You got a disco bush going on here. Is some baby powder will help with the itchiness after a couple of days of stubble growing.
I bet you tend to do it more in the cooler months than you do in the summer. Because when you get that stubbly stuff in the summer, it's really annoying.
But you get hotter in the summertime and I want less hair. You know what I mean?
Down there.
Yeah. So anyhow, baby powder works for me.
Man, I used to love baby powder. I haven't gotten that in a long time.
Case, I used to use it, and then they found out there were aluminum in the older style baby powder and stuff that could be carcinogenic.
Yeah.
But there was a long run of time where I'm very hygienic. I like to be as clean as possible. And you would have thought I was snorting coke through my ass. I baby powdered like I didn't like the thought of having an unpleasant smell around other people.
I found out last night I had some dinner with some chefs, and any restaurant you go into, the staff bathroom has a bag of cornstarch.
Really?
For people to put between their legs.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cornstarch.
interesting.
It absorbs.
Do they have butthole razors too?
I use I have the Gold Bond.
Gold Bond is very good.
The medicated powder.
Remember those commercials?
Yes.
Just such a...
I had a ring around my anus, and Gold Bond helped me work pain-free.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking to Madge in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Doesn't that stuff end up everywhere, though?
What, the powder?
Yeah.
Baby
if you throw it. Yeah.
I mean, if you throw it around, but I mean, you're gonna get a little bit on the floor.
It becomes
and everything, but
airborne.
It's okay.
I mean, again, I was going crazy. I had to. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
again, listen, if you're down the beach, bring baby powder with you because that will get this. Like if you got sand in your hands, like you put a little baby powder on it, it gets all the
Helps
sand
get
off.
the sand off. Yeah.
I think this Brazilian thing. I think there's some to it. I don't think it's outrageous. If you're just tuning in, it's this content creator had said that if you get a Brazilian wax and you have no hair there in your butt region, that it's going to make the flatulence more noisy because there's less resistance with no hair there.
Yeah, and your ability to suppress the sound is suddenly eliminated.
I think maybe some people might experience and other people don't.
It doesn't seem like a chronic issue.
I think we're all different down there.
We're all
Yeah, I think we're all different but the same.
But what I'm fascinated by is the valiant legion of people who have no problem taking a razor to their butthole.
Yeah, that's an eye opener. That's a brown eye opener.
You guys should try it this weekend.
Do you think if you inserted a straw into your area
my
there
God.
and then farted, it would just go?
No. Well,
you can try
maybe.
it. You can try
Are you
it.
talking about? Oh my God.
All right, Casey.
Yeah.
I think it has to be like
that big around.
Yeah.
like a smoothie.
larger than
smoothie
quarter.
straw.
Take a smoothie straw. You would have to kind of.
Okay. Since we've gone to insertion level, we're going to wrap this up now. All right. But anyhow,
You want to tap the valve.
thought it was worth exploring. We'll take a break.
Yes.
We'll come back in a moment. We have some bizarre file stories that we're going to serve up for you. So make sure you stay put. We'll be back in just a moment.
If your nose started to bleed, would you think you were in the upside down at that point?
Only 2% reported getting a nosebleed, by the way. So
Okay.
that was more on the rare
I would
side.
think I'd burst a blood vessel or something if that happened.
Yeah. Laughter was fairly common, as 40% experienced it.
Well, so something feels orgiastically good. That's why there's a correlation between tickle porn or tickle that sort of thing, where people really want to be tickled into, submission.
And 4% had hallucinations. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
What?
Remember the one time we all made our orgasm faces here?
I forget.
There's a video. There's a Daily Rush video somewhere, Steve, and I think it might be a screen cap of you, and you're just like, this is grimace on your
I would
face.
never want to see my face.
How about that, man? Would you? The next time you're taking care of yourself, have your phone nearby.
I'll stream it live.
Take a quick video.
Yeah.
Marissa's got the. It's on our YouTube page.
It's
Daily
an old,
Rush.
It's an old videos from 12 years ago. And
man,
I think I had purposely paid attention to when I was taking care of my own business as to what my face contorted into. I didn't look at myself while I was doing that, but anyhow, try that out at home today. The most common response, though, from the women that were surveyed about this was crying, actually. 63% said that they had, and another 43% say that they felt the urge to do so.
A flood of
Emotion,
hormones.
Yeah.
There's a happy
Marissa,
cry.
Not to get very personal, but have you ever had any of these?
Any odd
reactions?
reaction?
Dad, stop listening now. No. But I have had a partner that did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with somebody who cried.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like often or just one time?
Every time.
Every time.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
It
kidding.
wasn't like a sob, but it was like it was a whimper because it was probably like holding back from trying not to cry.
Okay, question. Did you ever talk to him about it or ask him?
No, it wasn't the type of relationship that I needed to.
All right.
I just can laugh about it on the radio so many years later.
No, I was just wondering if you got any insights from him about that.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's interesting.
I didn't need to talk to him that much.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
That's why you're married to someone else, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Only 17 of those who reported having any of these experienced them consistently, and 69% had them sometimes. So if you have a weird reaction like that, it's not
Fine.
necessarily, out of the ordinary, and just be aware.
What if you involuntarily evacuate your bowels?
You mean that doesn't happen to you guys, too?
That's how I got that face.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll go somewhere else. Now, Marissa can relate to this. It's something called time blindness.
Very.
Russell Barkley, a retired clinical psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, is often credited with linking time impairment with people with ADHD or autism. In 1997, he called it temporal myopia. But recently, time blindness has sparked a social media debate. Where is the line between a genuine condition and someone who is disorganized or just plain rude?
Yeah, a lot of people use it, and everyone wants to jump on the latest syndrome and stuff and say that's why I'm late for work all the time is because I have this. But it's not. There is a definite clinical condition that is not what a lot of people think it is.
Time blindness is the inability to determine how long a task will take or conceptualize how much time has passed. It relates to executive function that occurs in the frontal lobes of the brain. It is a well-documented characteristic of many people with ADHD. And Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist in Tampa Bay, Florida, said anyone can have issues with running late. Just with ADHD, there's functional impairment. And it impacts family life and social life. It impacts work, money, management, all areas of life. Sarkis said if a person's chronic tardiness is 1 star in the constellation of symptoms, then it could be evidence of a treatable disorder. She cited research that stimulant medication prescribed for other ADHD symptoms, such as inattention and restlessness, is also effective at treating time blindness.
So yeah, so you said ADHD is
might be
all right. Part of this, I err on the other side. If I'm anything, I'm too early more often than not. But I'd prefer that. I like you. I think we both agree, Preston. Rather get to the airport way early than close to on time. I feel
like the airport.
I get too nervous.
The airport one is the only one where I'm like, okay, I want to be early.
I see you walk in like when we do movie screenings. You walk in like 2 minutes before the movie starts. I've been there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the airport thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't mind getting there super early is, number one, fear of the major inconvenience that it would be to miss your flight.
Right.
And how many hoops you have to jump through. I am already going to be tired from this day.
Yeah.
And I don't need to add on several hours and complications and all that. So getting there early is totally worth it. Plus, there's stuff to do at the airport.
Right.
Yeah.
Could pretend you're a spy.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of like this. You never know what the security check-in line is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I've been there where I've just walked right through, and then I've also been there where the line goes all
Secret
the way
Service.
down. No, the line goes all the way down. The corridor.
Yeah.
And so my fear is that I'm going to get there and it's going to be really, really crowded. Right. And Press, you're right. There are a ton of things that you can do, and also even if they're. I can just sit in the terminal, play on my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I just have all of these things all together, and it's so terrible.
You're like right up. You'll right up to the last second.
Oh yeah, yes. And Steve, like, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, and I see the videos on Instagram, and I watch them, and I relate with the person who thinks that something takes 4 minutes and it takes 27 minutes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will come by and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, you had an event," and they're saying like, "Oh, I'll be 5 minutes late," and you're like, "That's okay. I've been here for 3 hours." Like that doesn't compute with me whatsoever.
So this is you then.
Whatsoever. Yeah. And
So
on top of this, I also have I'm not motivated to do things until I have to do something else. Like when I had to pack for over vacation for a road trip, I decided that was when I wanted to hang up the clothes that had been sitting on my floor for a month.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like it was the pressure to pack that was like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I should do that now
you get
and distract it
productive
away from that.
You get productive under pressure.
Yeah.
And is it difficult for you to attach priority to something? Meaning, like let's say this: if you had to be somewhere at 6 p.m. and if you weren't there on time, you were going to lose your job. That kind of priority would motivate you to be there early.
I am so falsifying myself that I still think that I'm going to be on time, no matter what time I leave.
Okay.
I can convince myself that like I'm still leaving with enough time. Does that make sense?
But what I'm saying, but if a heightened priority were put on something, would you make a mental note to I will not get there late, I will get there early?
Yes, like I will still think that I am leaving with enough time to be there early, but somehow
even though you're running
this
late?
time blindness has kept me, and I end up being 3 minutes late.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
So what about
wild.
what about
It's hard to explain and it's hard to justify it because people don't understand it.
Yeah, so there is, and I feel like you did this to us. Maybe it was in Chicago or whatever, but we all had dinner reservations, and they don't sit you until everybody from your party shows up to the restaurant. And let's say the dinner reservation was at 6:30, and like you showed up well, and we're all just sitting there in the lobby, like just waiting and waiting. It might not have been you; it might have actually been Nick, but it was like I was like, come on, man! You know, there are like 10 people here waiting for you to be on time,
right?
And this is me, the guy who's late for everything. Yeah,
sure, yeah. It like whatever that minute is. Tell me 5 minutes before, and I will be there at the minute you wanted me to be there. Does that make sense?
Jeff Meltzer, a therapist in Bradenton, Florida, counsels people who never show up on time to examine the core issues behind their lateness. And this is interesting. Here's something I hadn't considered. He said some people who hate small talk fear arriving early, which could point to anxiety as the underlying issue.
That does suck.
Others may feel that they don't have much control over their lives, so they try to reclaim a few minutes from responsibilities. He said it's the same psychology concept behind revenge bedtime procrastination, referring to the urge that one may have to stay up late to recoup personal time after a busy day. Like, I had a busy day, I didn't get to enjoy anything, so I'm going to stay up late tonight.
Yeah.
So in those cases, one tool is to create a small, what he calls a coping card to refer to regularly. And he said, after determining a reason for chronic lateness, take an index card and write down a reframed thought about that reason and a consequence of being late. For instance, on one side, write, attending this meeting doesn't mean that I lose my freedom. And in the other side, write, being late again will upset people at work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
You're gonna put off doing that.
Yep. Meltzer said the hardest reason to change the habit would be something that early arrivers often attribute to latecomers, a sense of entitlement. People who feel that their time is more important than others' time may give themselves permission to be late.
You know what makes me feel a little bit uneasy is when we have a guest show up way early. And I know that there are certain guests that like, Mark Summers is an early guy.
Right.
I think Todd Glass is an early, and that's just who they are. They don't like to be late.
Yeah.
So let's say we tell them to be here at 8, to be on air at 8:15, and then they show up at 7:30. That makes me feel uneasy because now they're just waiting for 40, and I don't want them waiting for 45 minutes. I'd rather them wait for,
I'll tell you, as someone who does arrive early, I never feel that the onus is on the person who's the event I'm going to, that they have to entertain me or.
Yeah. I think most early arrivers don't either. So I think you just know that they made that choice.
Okay.
And they're good with it.
Yeah.
So it should be cool.
Except Mark Summers, who called you a prick.
The list of things that you're describing there, Preston, I feel like don't describe me. I'm so apologetic for all of it. And there's no entitlement about it whatsoever. I just feel like I could be more productive in that time than waiting for what was going on. And that's what I convinced myself.
That if you get there early, there's something else I could have been doing that was productive. And are you indeed doing productive things
Usually,
that make you run late?
Yeah, I'm doing the thing that I wanted to do a week ago.
Right.
But I'm motivated to do it right now.
All right, so this is interesting. Particularly helpful, he says, has been making a list of how long things take. Getting out the door in the morning felt like it took 20 minutes until this therapist, Levat, listed every step from bed to door. So he actually timed it out. Walk down the stairs 1 minute, find shoes 1 minute. And he said, I had a list that was a whole page long of literally walking between rooms, and learned that it took 45 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Right.
So if you actually do a one-time test of how long things take, might give you a clearer picture.
I get that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at these texts that came in that are saying that they're associated with me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So
I'm
anyhow,
surprised they got the time to do that.
I like Marissa. We need T-shirts. It's real. It's hard to figure out. Or I thought Marissa was describing me. So I feel you guys who are out there.
All right, we're moving on to another story. As scientific advancements go, this is really unusual. A growing number of people are getting Brazilian butt lifts and breast enhancements using fat from donated human cadavers.
So there's something wildly ghoulish about that.
The product called Aloe Clay is made from sterile fat that goes through a cleaning process to remove DNA and other materials that could cause
like to donate your loved one to go into someone else's ass.
It could cause a bad reaction. It is meant for patients who are too thin to use their own fat.
Yeah.
Or who have already had liposuction. This doesn't bother me. I think it's just weird saying that. But I mean, you get, if you even got donations from a living donor, I mean, it's still
that's weird too.
Removed from the body.
I mean, you will listen for life-saving. They already use cadaver stuff for life-saving measures.
I don't know what's weird about it. It just seems weird.
But
to
when
me,
it comes for cosmetic reasons,
seems a little bit more frivolous.
Yeah. Or.
So the filler can be
What are you going to do with that penis?
The filler can be injected in a doctor's office without general anesthesia.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sayin Siradurani, a Manhattan plastic surgeon, said demand has been high for the product. Procedures start at around $10,000 and go up depending on the amount of filler used. Men are also using aloe clay to sculpt their chests without implants. Just dead people's fat.
How soon before they're going out these kill squads to get the ass juice that they need?
I saw there's a girl that on Instagram. Crazy, I know. I follow attractive girls on Instagram, but there's a girl on Instagram who is she has 6-pack abs.
Right.
But her body. Thank you, Marissa. If you behave, by the way, after the bizarre file, I will have your chance to win something.
Ooh!
If I remember, I'm going to try. Casey will try to remind me. Real quick, I have. I have a shout out and a butt plug to do here.
We're good to go.
This is from Heather. She says, hey, shout out to the YouTube community for being so warm and welcoming. They exemplify what it truly means to be a good citizen. On Saturday, August 1st, this is right after we left for vacation, she said, my boyfriend John and I made it over to Rittenhouse Square to meet up with the one and only Craig Ligons to celebrate what would have been Pierre Robert's 71st birthday. And upon arrival to the park, I was greeted by April yelling my name, then Lisa, then George, Sherby Sherbs, and Kevin. Lisa gave me a Pierre sticker. Sherby Sherbs offered some of her crocheted baby froggies, and you could really feel the love. And boy, were they spreading it. It was such a warm and welcome to Pierre's bench. And it just goes to show you that even after his passing, Pierre still continues to bring people together. Ryan was telling me that while he and the other jocks were doing Pierre Robert Day, that people decided to gather at the bench to listen to it.
Isn't that great? Isn't that
while
great?
That was going, and they were calling you guys, Ryan?
I mean, morning, noon, and night, there were so many people that, took the pilgrimage to Pierre's bench, and I think it was the most perfect place to celebrate that day.
Oh, what I love is getting shots from people just randomly. Our former program director, Jim McGuinn, posted a picture of him by the bench. I just love people randomly doing that. It's terrific.
Yep. Heather says, I just really wanted to share how great this group is and just how extraordinary they are. It was a beautiful, meaningful day spent with amazing folks. Thank you for taking the time to read this. So here's a shout out to our YouTube. All right. And then a plug. Says, hey, everybody, wanted to share this information about our upcoming Run Like a King 5K benefiting the King Family Memorial Foundation. She writes, our foundation was created in honor of the memory of Eric, Liam, and Patrick King by promoting fire safety awareness and supporting families affected by house fires. And we're asking for your help. If you know a local business that may be interested in sponsoring the event, donating, or helping us spread the word, we'd be incredibly grateful. We could share this information with them. Even sharing our event with family and friends or on social media makes a huge difference. With help from our community, we can continue to support families who are suffering through the same unimaginable tragedy that the King family experienced. Together, we can make a difference through education, prevention, and helping those in need. The event is going to be Saturday, October 24th, 501 West Mill Street in Quakertown. And she says, thank you for your support. Everyone share, sponsorship, donation, participant helps us continue to our mission. And real quick, if you do have an event coming up that you want to get a butt plug in for, I do request that you do me a favor and not just forward me like a flyer or something like that. If you can actually write out the information, the whens, the wheres, the whys, and if it's if it has to do with like the King family here, a little bit of information about that and who the tribute is to. If you could actually take the time to write that out, because we get so many emails. Yeah, it will save some time, and then I don't have to transcribe it and get it all together. If you could just send us to it in a ready to go fashion, it'll help me out tremendously.
It does. It does make a difference when you can have the points bullet pointed for you.
That will help out quite a bit. So I wanted to give that, send that plug out. So there you go. Mission accomplished. All right. It is time for the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Horizon Services. Protect your home's HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems year-round when you join Comfort 360 from Horizon. It's just $19.99 a month. And you can book at horizonservices.com to join. All right, got some audio that Ryan sent over with this, Casey, if you could pull this up for me. So, Good Day Detroit co-anchor Ryan Ermani couldn't stop himself from cracking up live on air Thursday when his morning show colleague Dina Centofanti had asked him a question about beavers, and I'm just going to play the audio for you. I don't know where this picks up, but she was talking about a TV show where people have to live in the outdoors and they have to kind of forage for food. So this is how the exchange went.
If you can provide yourself with food, and again, they're ice fishing because everything is frozen, and you're looking for fat in the beaver.
Yeah,
the beaver is the beaver is the most sought after.
It is.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver? It's fat and then it's meat.
It made them all sick, though. They all got sick after it.
Well, you can't eat diseased animals.
Oh, God.
What about a moose?
Yeah. I don't know anything about this show, Dina, but you're really funny.
Okay.
You are a really funny gal.
And she is like, I don't think she's getting it. Yeah. I don't think she was getting what she was picking up what she was saying. But she was talking about how much she loved the show Alone, a History Channel program where contestants have to fend for themselves outdoors in a quest to win $500,000. And she was talking about catching wildlife, including beavers. And the unintentional innuendos kept on coming, but they were losing it.
Just a side note here. Is beaver considered a very viable source of survival meat where you two have to survive that way?
I've
never heard of beaver being an immediate go-to.
No.
I think she said there was a lot of fat in it.
Yeah,
so
maybe that's part of
that helps.
fat beaver.
You're out in the wilderness. So
for that fat beaver.
All right. A tourist from the U.S. was killed by a lightning strike on Sicily's Mount Etna while hiking in an area that was closed to visitors due to recent volcanic activity, according to Italian firefighters. The 29-year-old man from Kansas was rescued by helicopter after being struck Sunday evening in an exposed area above the tree line. He was later declared dead by medical personnel. His name was not released. Authorities have closed vast areas of the volcano's slope to hikers due to the volcano's prolonged activity, which forced the closure of the airport in nearby Catania for most of the previous week. Officials said more people have died on Etna from lightning strikes over recent decades than from volcanic activity. The last eruption-related fatalities on Europe's most active volcano were in 1987. But lightning is a culprit. In Belgium, construction workers found dozens of gold bars and hundreds of coins valued at an estimated $10 million.
$10 million?
Well,
$10 million.
That's pretty amazing.
This is while they're installing sewers at an old brewery. One of the builders, an 18-year-old student worker named Kobe, was excavating at a property in Sint-Gilles-Dendermonde when the treasure was spotted inside a wooden chest behind a wall. Literally a treasure
It's
chest.
unbelievable.
The worker reportedly said that they initially believed some of the objects were ordinary coins before realizing the crew had stumbled upon something far more valuable, what appeared to be gold nuggets.
One of the workers said California is the place you ought to be.
The discovery was made during renovation work at a former brewery property, which has a history that dating to the late 19th century. Workers immediately contacted authorities rather than attempting to remove or divide the treasure. Police said they collected the gold, inventoried it, and transferred it to a high-security vault operated by Belgium's federal government while authorities worked to determine its origin and rightful ownership. The discovery has generated intense interest in the area,
of course,
from would-be treasure hunters hoping additional valuables may remain at the site.
There are all sorts of rules governing who actually has ownership of the gold. It's like the rules that involve like actual nautical treasure discovery are wild. So I can only imagine this is going to take a long while.
Officials are now working to determine where the gold came from and who may ultimately be entitled to the multi-million-dollar fortune. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yep. In Florida, a man is accused of getting into a fight with a neighbor over dog feces. Trey Delsalet was arrested over the weekend. Deputies say Delsalet believed that his neighbor wasn't cleaning up after his dogs. He told officers in body cam footage, "I've complained about the dog ass in my yard. I said something to this old lady about it. I said something to his old lady about it. She said she would pick it up. 4 hours later, it was still there.
Big dog's running.
I set it on the edge of the driveway right there," he said. The neighbor tells a different story. He said that Delsalet opened the door to his home, shouted at him while holding the feces in his hand, and then threw it, hitting him. That led to a physical fight as the victim tried to get Delsalet off his property. According to an arrest affidavit,
Boo fight.
Delsalet struck the victim in the head. Then Delsalet grabbed a scooter and lifted it over his head and threatened the victim. Deputies say he claimed that he and the neighbor had an understanding that they could enter each other's homes without knocking, and that when he went to talk to the neighbor about the issue, it was the neighbor who shoved Delsalet first, leading to the physical fight.
Why do I think the other neighbor wasn't aware of this agreement?
Delsalet said on body cam, growing agitated with the responding officer, saying, "I mean, he scratched my neck up and all when he grabbed me." There's two sides to the story.
Tarnation!
Deputies said that they spoke to the victim about the defendant's claim that they had an agreement to allow them to walk in each other's homes. The victim produced a recording that he sent to Delsalet in which the victim reportedly told him that he was no longer welcome in his home.
Man.
Delsalet faces
such a beautiful thing.
Charges of burglary with battery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and simple battery as well.
You got to watch that dog crap.
That is the last story in the Bizarre File for you. Casey just gave me a little indicator, and thank you. So we have tickets to give away to see night number 2 of Bert Kreischer, the Permission to Party Tour, Saturday, October 10th at the Met. Tickets don't even go on sale until Friday at 10 a.m. So we'll take caller number 27 at 610-660-9333, and you will have a shot at a chance to go see our buddy Bert.
Excellent.
October 10th at the Met. So give us a call right now. Number 27, you get taken care of. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. Natural body fat doesn't seem to jibe with that. And I think that there's some kind of implants or injections that
It
are
could
in
be
there.
that.
You know what I mean?
That sort of contouring is quite common these days.
Yeah.
Where you'd see someone who's the rest of their body fat ratio doesn't belie a sculpted abdomen.
And as you know, Steve, to get that, because you've followed bodybuilding and stuff like that for a long time, to get the really definition, you have to build up the muscle first.
Yeah.
Then you got to lose weight.
Yeah.
Big time. You have to lose the fat. The fat covers up the muscle.
And you
when
have
the
to-
fat is gone, then you see the definition.
Absolutely. In case you would well know this as well, when they have to the water all of that has to be purged, and you would see it throughout the entire body.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just see it in the abs.
So, Preston, this one person that you're talking about, did they have more like fat on them?
Okay, exactly. So that's what I mean. It doesn't jibe together. So
Right.
I think they're doing either injections or maybe flat out implants.
There are ab implants.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
I wouldn't mind having ab implants. I mean, once in my life, I'd like to have. I took a real shot at it, man. I worked really, really hard for.
You got it?
Kind of,
It's a
sort
mother
of,
effort.
but it was so. I had to give up. I was trying too hard, and I injured myself a couple times. I'm like, I can't do it.
Get them on your back. See how you like it?
Dude, those back abs are awesome.
You must work out like a
Look at
fiend.
that.
You've got back abs.
Yeah, I mean, these people
Six
are
back
getting,
abs.
Are you looking at pictures, Mariz?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the equivalent of getting a boob job. You're
Yeah.
just getting an ab job.
Yeah. So we're looking at the photos of the guy on the left.
Can they
here,
do
Marissa.
hand jobs?
It's kind of like the girl that I was saying. See how you can tell that he's got sculpted abs, but he has big love handles there on the side too. It just doesn't
seem to make sense.
Quite jive.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, you can always do Dead People's Fat if you want to now, because that is
It's a good
available.
band name, Dead People's Fat.
All right, I think we got to wrap up the. Or do we have time for one more
One
case?
more. One more.
All right. Let's do a quicker one. Yeah. How about this? New research shows that stressed out rats are more likely to use cannabis when given the chance.
So they toke up when they get a little bit of agitation?
Yeah, they roll a spliff and get fired up, and you're good to go.
Irie.
Scientists at Washington State University created
Put on some Marley.
created a detailed behavior profile for 48 rats, and then let them access cannabis vapor for an hour a day over 3 weeks.
Why not just give them edibles?
I know, right? Maybe they could. I'm not really sure. So the rats could get the vapor by poking their nose into a small port. Rats with higher levels of stress hormone cortisone use the cannabis more often than calmer rats.
This cheese tastes so good.
The connection was tied to their regular baseline stress levels,
I'm in the mood for pizza.
not stress from specific tasks or puzzles. Researchers also found that rats who had trouble adapting to changing rules were more motivated to seek out the cannabis.
That's kind of funny.
Trouble adapting to changing rules. They're like, dude, I can't figure this out. Let's just smoke
You're
up.
bumming me out.
Scientists hope this information could help people understand their own cannabis habits and make smarter choices about use.
Cannabis rats. There's another band name.
That's a band name. The Cannabis Rats. I love it. All right, there you go. That's Just Saying Institute for today, friends. We'll do some more research and we'll return another time with plenty to feed your mind with. And I saw Temple's fencing Dr. Nikki Frankie, who I believe you guys had at the Camp Out for Hunger. I thought you guys would like to share this. So absolutely, Dr. Frankie came by and taught me how to fence, which I think I did a pretty good job of, other than almost crippling my knee.
Yeah.
But
she was amazing, though.
She was excellent. And she is, she's had a 50-year coaching career at Temple. There was an event a little while back that they had over 100 of her former and current student athletes were in attendance. And each era got on stage and spoke about her impact. The women shared tears, laughter, and joy for the coach who changed their lives. She said it really was very moving. Over the years, it's still the same. The stories that they told and the things they remember, it really made me feel like, okay, I've done my job because they still have good feelings about their time here. That's the most satisfying thing about coaching.
She told the story about how it all came to be, and she just kind of on a whim, got involved with it. It became something very important to her. That program would not exist were it not for her.
She created it.
She created it, yeah.
So she is the 2026 winner of the NCAA Pat Summit Award, an honor recognizing a coach who has demonstrated devotion to the development of college athletes and made a positive impact on their lives. And she was recognized for that alongside other NCAA honors recipients.
You should reach out to her and let her know how you were permanently crippled by your 7 minutes of fencing.
So her resume reflects her legendary status as a coach, as a fencer in her own right. Frankie earned National Intercollegiate Women's Fencing Association All-American honors, earned a spot on 2 Olympic rosters, and was inducted into the Brooklyn College Hall of Fame.
Nice.
As a coach, she is the all-time winningest women's athletics coach at Temple, amassing 898 wins in the 1992 National Women's Foil Team Championship. Under her direction, the Temple program perennial ranked in the top 10 with 37 fencers earning 66 NCAA championship selections and 25 fencers earning 35 All-American honors. She was a 4-time U.S. Fencing Coaches Association Coach of the Year and was inducted into the International Women's Sports Hall of Fame.
Think about the way her life just played out, and you know, all these accolades and the commitment. But I mean, she had the 2 students with her the day she came out to the Camp Out for Hunger, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So all the lives that she positively affected, it's just the staggering the amount of people that have gone through that program.
Yeah, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
I would call it iconic.
Almost Richard Marx-like, to be honest. So
the iconic fencing of Richard Marx.
So Eric, who emailed me, also said, hey, can I get a shout out for my neighbor, Francesca Lucia? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Loiseau. And she won the NCAA Inspiration Award. So he sent me an article about her, and I read about it. And she was a tennis player, collegiate tennis player in her freshman year, and she had a stroke.
Oh wow!
She was doing weight training, and boom. Just nailed her, and like half her body went out, and they saved her life. They had essentially bore a hole in her head, and released the pressure of a brain bleed, and so she just took her a couple of years to rehab and get back, and she ended up getting back to tennis, and playing again in matches.
Well?
And I don't know if she got 100% all of her function back, but enough to participate again in the program. So she was given the NCAA Inspiration Award. So I want to give a shout out to her. Which is
just on a side note, and we certainly do that. Years ago when I was powerlifting a lot, when that was one of the things I do, you know, I stopped doing that because I heard a couple of stories of like strokes. And like I mean, when you're overtaxing your system like that, I'm like, I don't know, man. You're kind of flirting with, you know, that happened to Paul Hogan. He was weight training and doing some sort of excessive weight, and he had a stroke. He passed out.
Yeah.
And this was years ago.
Do you remember, famous musician, played chef on...
Richard Marx?
No, not Richard Marx.
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes.
He was on the
treadmill.
Yes.
He was exercising. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and had a stroke and died.
Honestly, if you can, sit on the couch and eat junk food.
Please.
Yes.
Please. So I think it's Francesca Lusso, probably is how you say that,
right.
Marissa. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, I was just seeing if your eyes, if that made sense. All right, anyhow, that's the City Beat story. Here's another one for you. Wawa is closing a store on Drexel University's campus. This is nearly 3 years after remodeling to a digital order-only concept with no products on the shelves.
I remember when they debuted this. They had like a ribbon cutting and the whole thing, and it was going to be in it. The thing I like with Wawa, though, is that something doesn't work, or they add something, they move. They're fluid.
So this didn't work.
One of the many things I like about
3300 Market Street location, which has been open since 2018, is set to close on the 21st of this month. It was remodeled in 2023 to test the new store format, which required customers to order all items on touchscreen, no shelves of products to browse. The pilot was not successful, leading to the store's planned closure, according to a statement from our friend Lori Bruce at Wawa. Prior to the pandemic, the store saw more food service than any other Wawa, they said. But the company statement shared by Lori said, over the years, we've made several attempts to address business and operational changes at this location. That effort includes partnering with property owner Drexel University in an attempt to address some of these issues, and most recently making investments in our store design to test fully digital format. Unfortunately, these tests did not adequately improve performance or deliver an enhanced customer experience, which ultimately led to the decision to close the store, they said.
I think there's a lot of the Wawa experience is I go in and to my Wawa and I'll see people that I see there, and there, there's a little bit more of that. It's more like your country store.
If you are a regular at your Wawa, which you are, you know the people that work there.
Yeah.
You get to know them after a while. We need to expand our minds and knowledge at the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Marissa Magnata Mini Mount Snow Removal Service.
By the way, Marissa, she stepped out of the studio for a moment, but she was showing us some videos that she took of herself 15 years ago in Manayunk, where it was a really, really big snowstorm, and she and her friends are riding bikes down. I don't know if it was levering or one of the really, really steep roads. Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Suicidal.
Yeah. So.
You said, what was you were saying? I could never do this now.
I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I will risk permanent damage in my destroyed knees and so on. So, all right,
tell my wife I love her.
We're going to start with this. NASA will soon run a high-stakes fueling test on its Artemis II rocket, a practice run that must succeed before 4 astronauts can fly around the moon. The U.S. Space Agency inched the 11 million-pound space launch system and mobile launcher to a Cape Canaveral, Florida launch pad on Saturday. The slow procession of the 322-foot rocket, topped with the Orion spaceship, took 12 hours on the aging crawler transporter to complete.
Those things are amazing. Did you say 11 million pounds?
11 million pounds.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been lucky. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center. Thank you, Marissa. So this has happened enough times that we now have an intro for this.
Yes.
Like many people, when scrolling through social media, ads pop up, and you're like, oh. It's like the impulse items.
Completely.
On your way out of the store.
Completely.
So we have a little intro to play, and then we'll find out what we're getting here, and this will explain it all.
It's time for Steve's TikTok shop. Featuring he bought on TikTok.
That's it.
That's it. It's a short segment, short intro.
So this is stuff that Steve thinks that we would like. So he buys these for us.
The last one I got you was the
violin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten
the sad
you the
violin
fart maker. I've gotten you the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So this new one popped up, and I said, "Yeah, this is really stupid, but I kind of love it." So I'm going to present them all to you, Marissa. Here's yours.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we don't know what these are.
Okay.
The bag.
Casey.
All right. Like something you wear.
Yes.
Can we get one to Preston here?
And both Sam and Ryan.
Okay.
And it's
for me.
Oh my God.
And yes, you do put it on, so you're gonna have to take your glasses
I
off.
use my teeth.
Yeah. And it's something that
noisy ass
caught
bag.
my eye.
By the way.
All right.
It smells like it's not from here.
It's probably from China.
Oh yeah.
Elvis? Hang on. All right, I gotta take my glasses off.
Yep.
Put this on. I think I'm gonna be able to put my headphones on.
Hey man.
What are these?
These are Elvis wigs.
Oh, okay.
With built-in glasses.
Okay.
This is
I don't
amazing,
hate it.
Actually,
This is good, right?
This is my
these are
second
good
favorite
ones.
thing that you got for us after these guns.
Look at it.
Yeah, Casey.
Yeah.
Look out, man.
Look out, man.
No, that looks good.
Right?
I like
good,
it.
yeah.
So this is something that caught my eye. I'm like, I gotta get it. And you know what? Claire, my wife, looks at me when I get these things like, oh, what is? She put this on and she started laughing. So I'm like, maybe this is the first one to pass muster. So to describe it, it is the pompadour, the Elvis hair, the sideburns.
Yes.
His gold sunglasses. Now, there's not actually glass. It's kind of like a mesh.
Yeah, you
that
can
you're
see
looking
through it, but it looks like it's tinted glass or just you can't see our
You look
eyes.
pretty good in yours, Preston.
Thanks, man. I think Casey looks great. The hair is kind of seamless on you.
Look out, man. Okay, you guys look good because it covers your hair. How do I look with my hair sticking
you
out?
look sort of Billy Ray Cyrus-y.
Yeah, it looks a little odd. Pull your hair back if you can, Marissa, and just kind of ponytail it up for a second.
I'm going to tuck it in the back.
Yeah,
you look
that's
like
what
Minnie
you need to do.
Elvis.
Oh, my God.
Look out, man.
Yes. Yes.
Look out, man.
We look kind of Devo-ish as well. Devo had that moment where they had the shiny. And Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan looks best.
Yeah, he looks the best.
Hang on, let me turn
I
on
do
your
have
mic.
to say, I think Sam is pulling it off quite well.
Wow. Okay.
You like?
Yeah, I
love
This
it.
is great.
That's it. I just wanted to present it to you guys because I'll find these things periodically.
I'm going to wear this every day.
Yeah.
I'm
put this on every
probably
day.
going to end up getting this to my son. I think this is a
There you go.
This is
Got
a
him all over
college
it?
party sort of.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'll have to bring this in one day. You know what? No, actually, I'll wait until Cardboard Classic to debut it.
Yes.
It was a gift that Carter got me for. I think it was for Father's Day, and he knows I like goofy, stupid stuff, and he got me. It's a winter hat, but it looks like a knight's helmet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so and the thing is so on the knight's helmet, you have the faceplate that comes down. Right. So this is what somebody would be wearing when they're jousting. It's one of those. It's gray. It's knitted. Marissa found it, and the faceplate swings down over your nose and mouth. And functions like keeping your face cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Almost like a balaclava type of thing. But you can swing it up and it sits up here like when a knight would do it before they're fighting, and then of course they would bring it down when they're fighting. I love it.
I
It
like
is
the other one that
fantastic.
you have, which is kind of like a Viking beard.
He got me that too. That's the other thing he got me. It's a huge Viking beard, and I love that. But this one's great because you can move it up and down. When it gets cold, you bring it down. You look like you're ready to joust.
So the Elvis hair and head, what would you call it? Elvis
I love it.
Wig? It's more than a wig, though.
It's like
it's a mask for your head.
It's a mask for your head.
For your hair. No, Casey, that looked really good on you.
Yeah.
Actually. And your hair was kind of in that shape for a moment. He took it off, and it's in that shape. You could pull off that pompadour, dude. When you get your license picture, your hair. I mean, I'm talking like Stray Cats.
Yeah.
Like when they debuted.
Oh, that'd be great.
You should do your hair like that.
next time. 4 years.
You already have
5
something in
years.
mind?
Yeah. I'm going Golden Girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that.
I'm going like Betty White.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you? That's a reveal? Because you were keeping it a secret.
No, I talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked about it.
You're gonna dye it and
Yeah, I'm
everything?
going to dye it and
Oh,
everything.
God.
So, the question is whether I wanted to kind of dye it now and just kind of live with like blonde hair for the next
Do it
year.
right up.
Yeah.
Because if you make a mistake, you're going to have to grow it out with that color for a while.
Yeah, but I
No,
figured
you can strip it.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
and then
All
you
right.
can start over again.
Yeah. So you had gotten your hair cut. I was gonna have Angela come here one day.
I know. I love
and
Angela.
do hairstyles for us.
Yeah,
but,
I couldn't take it anymore. It was getting too long. It doesn't work anymore, so I'm going back to shorts.
You can shave your head and follow mine.
You know what? Maybe someday I will have the balls to try. that.
Yeah. You live in fear of it. You say you have a pinhead. I don't think you do.
I have a tiny head.
I don't think you do.
I do. All you have to do is wear my hat.
okay, all right.
All you have to do is wear my hat, and you will find out.
All right,
It
all
may
right.
not look like it, but when I hand my hat over to other people, they're like, they look like a child.
Right, right.
Or the other way around. They
You
look
look
like an
like
adult wearing a child's hat.
Would it look like the waiting room in Beetlejuice?
Yeah. So I don't know, but anyhow, maybe I'll do the shaved head sometime.
All right.
Who knows?
All right.
Anyhow, thank you for the gift, Steve.
Please, as always.
Again, it was this special moment that we now have.
It's time for Steve's TikTok shop. Featuring he bought on TikTok.
Should I do an outro?
Hey, is that, by the way, AI Gary Lauer?
It's AI Gary Lauer.
Slowed down. A little bit.
Yeah,
okay. All right. I thought so. All right. Well, you know what? It's time to get serious.
Yes,
Come on,
we have to.
It's time to go to the Just Saying Institute. All right. Scientific and medical discoveries.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Marissa Magnata Braille Center for Sphincter Shaving.
We just learned that.
Blindly does it.
Yeah.
All right. There is a new plastic surgery trend I want to see if you guys heard of this called zombie filler.
I've heard of this.
What do you know of it?
Zombie filler, is that used from like the people's bodies, fat and stuff like that?
It's used from cadavers.
Now, I didn't know it came directly from cadavers.
That's why the term zombie filler. It involves injecting fat, not from yourself, but from a corpse.
That's the aspect of it. Carl!
Yeah, more specifically, these are from I'm sorry, I couldn't hear him say Carl.
Yeah, my bad.
A donated human body or cadaver. Fat transfers have long been a staple of plastic surgery, used in facial rejuvenations, breast augmentations, and Brazilian butt lifts, or BBLs. Usually they involve moving fat from one part of a patient's body to another.
So that's what I thought the zombie thing was. I didn't realize it directly correlated to the removal of cadaver fat.
Now, here's another question. I'm quizzing you guys. If you get this, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong or not, but why do you think there has been an uptick in zombie filler?
Cheaper.
No, it's because of the GLP-1s. People don't have enough fat on their own.
Wow.
To do it.
Wow.
So and this is like a compounding thing, and I'll explain as I read through this.
Are there medical ramifications of or maybe there's yet to be discovered medical ramifications. For example,
if it's clean tissue, I wouldn't think so.
Will you have a craving for brains?
Nah. So here's the deal. Dr. Anthony Rossi, dermatologist and surgeon in New York, said it's not discarded liposuction fat or anything like that. It's actually from cadavers. He said, so zombie is apropos because these people are dead. And I mean, it's kind of dark humor, he said. According to Rossi, people have gravitated towards zombie filler for a variety of reasons. First is that it's seen as a more natural alternative to other popular fillers like hyaluronic acid. It also tends to have faster results than other forms of fillers. He said because of all the overfilling that we've seen in the past with traditional fillers, people got filler fatigue. So there was a big backlash about how people look overfilled or Instagram face. So a lot of that was a lot of what's coming out is talking about tissue regeneration and building your own tissue and more of a regenerative approach, which is what's in vogue right now. Now, the concept isn't new. Zombie filler has been around for more than a decade, but it previously was too expensive to break into the mainstream. And now, thanks to more options at cheaper prices, zombie filler has become more accessible and talked about. The people who seek out zombie filler tend to have very little body fat of their own. For some, particularly those who struggle to put on weight, zombie filler has made cosmetic procedures that were previously out of reach possible.
What is the predominant use of zombie filler? Is it for breast augmentation, lip injections?
It's kind of face. So
face.
Losing fat. So the people that are on the GLPs and so on, it says here, losing fat too quickly, doctors say can have an aesthetic ramification. Plastic surgeons previously told USA Today about the rise of what's called temporal hollowing or loss of volume in the temples as a result of and often the misuse of the GLP-1.
So you get kind of like an alien skull.
So like Kelly Osbourne.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, we saw her face go very gaunt.
Yeah.
Who was the other? We were talking about Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest he's a good-looking dude.
He's a real good-looking guy.
He's a really good-looking dude. But if you've seen, he has
his
super sharp, like, cheeks.
Yeah. So apparently, apparently they haven't done it yet because they look a little bit sunken. But they would be a candidate for this. So a lot of the patients, doctors say, see zombie filler as a way to restore volume in parts of their face where rapid fat loss has given them a more aged appearance.
Once you start puttering around with stuff like this, you know the stuff with the Botox and the migration of the Botox that causes issues. Mm-hmm. Does this stay in place when injected? Did they mention that?
No, it doesn't mention that. I don't know. I assume any aesthetic surgery, I guess, or plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery. Thank you, is going to come with a
liability.
With a margin of error, I would assume. And so,
like you might end up with a dead body in your face.
Possibly.
It feels so small, though. I mean, migration and the things moving, like there are some horror stories, but I feel like it's not that common.
Is it something you would ever entertain? Not that you need it.
I should probably. You're really, every girl that I know who's done it or person who's done it, you start doing that stuff when you're younger, so it's not as noticeable.
That's the new thing, right? You start doing it before it becomes like there's a dramatic change in someone.
It's not very new. It's kind of been for a while.
Really?
And that's why it's, yes.
I'm the last to know. Butthole shaving and this.
This. But I don't know. It can, to the wrong person, it can get away from you and you start to.
We've seen it.
Have dysmorphia of some sort and you look in the mirror and you see something else.
Look at Lisa Rinna. She deflated her lips and she's back to it again.
Oh, is she back?
Yeah. She is back at it. Yeah. All right. So zombie filler, kind of an interesting thing, but apparently it's taken off. All right. I have another. We don't do it with only medical stuff, but there are also inventions and things that we touch on at the Just Saying Institute. And this was locally a small aircraft that needs just 150 feet to take off and land could eventually change how travelers catch regional flights, opening the possibility of using smaller landing sites instead of traditional airports. So the small yellow aircraft is electric, it is hybrid electric, meaning that it runs on conventional aviation fuel and has the ability to charge while it's running. It uses hybrid propulsion with propellers on the fixed-wing aircraft to enable short takeoffs and landings. And the company is called Electra, and they demonstrated the technology this Monday in Philadelphia at the Tioga Marine Terminal, where a crowd of state and local officials watched the aircraft fly and land. J.P. Stewart, vice president at Electra, said because of that short takeoff and landing distance, we can start to create new opportunities for underutilized infrastructure to then create these new point-to-point routes. Possible trips could include Philadelphia to State College and Atlantic City to New York. Electra says that a trip from New York to Washington, D.C. could cost $250 and take an hour and 45 minutes.
So this looks like a more conventional plane. I was wondering if this was something that would be a little bit alien to what we know to be a regular plane, but that's pretty similar. But we're watching it take off in a very, very short runway.
And it also has 8 props on it. And it's a small aircraft. Ryan, have you ever seen this?
I haven't seen this aircraft, but to get the first license you'll get is a private certification. That's just so you can fly yourself to go wherever you'd like to go. One of the prerequisites on the test is something called a short field landing and takeoff, where they're training you to be able to land and take off from runways that are super small. That's been around since modern aviation, but the way that this aircraft is doing it, I mean, it's interesting.
All right, so question for you.
Sure.
So when you're getting that certification that you're talking about, the short landing takeoff, what's the distance for that? Because this is 150 feet.
Yeah, it would be it would be around that. So the way that the test works, it basically you have to pick a certain marker when you're doing the test. It's like, all right, I'm going to pick the second stripe, because on an on a runway, all of those white stripes are equidistant.
Right.
I think it's a 50 feet or 100 feet apart. You say, I'm going to put this down on this marker, and you have one marker past that. If you don't get it at that range, you fail the test.
So they're small. The size of the propellers on this particular aircraft are varying sizes. So the ones at the end of the wings you see on both sides are smaller.
Yep.
And when it was flying, some of those props disengaged. It's pretty wild.
It is wild.
Yeah, it says it uses hybrid propulsion with propellers on the fixed wing aircraft. So possible trips, I already mentioned that. Stewart said that the company's goal is to make the technology useful for typical regional travelers. He said this is not for the top 1%. This is average people trying to take work trips.
How many people? What's the occupancy?
Oh, I don't know. Trying to go on vacation with their family in this 50 to 500 mile range. The demonstration followed successful flights over the weekend to Philadelphia International Airport and Northeast Philadelphia Airport. The smaller EL-2 aircraft is completing the demonstration flights while collecting technical data. The company's flagship EL-9 9-passenger aircraft will ultimately serve as its primary aircraft. So it's
That's
small,
pretty wild.
nine people. Yeah. The technology has started a conversation about the infrastructure needed for these aircraft to take off, land, and refuel. Max Tuttleman, founder and CEO of this group called Land, runs a company that wants to build smaller, cheaper places for planes to land and refuel.
So did you say $250 for, what was it? What was
New York to D.C.
So is that
hour and 45 minutes?
Is that competitive?
That's not bad. I mean,
so
listen,
a train would cost you over $100 easily, right?
What would a flight from Philly to D.C. cost? A regular commercial flight?
Oh, who's gonna
fly
do
to
that?
D.C. from here? This is New York to D.C.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. New York to D.C.
I did last weekend. I had to fly from D.C. to Philly because that's where my layover was.
get out.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
40-minute flight.
That actually
How
seems a little long
How
for
much?
that.
If I may ask.
Remember we talked about they were adding a flight to Baltimore
Yeah.
and it was
Right,
going to be
right.
like 2 hours long because of the flight patterns or restrictions.
What was the price?
Well, it was the end of my layover.
Okay.
So it was Cedar Rapids to DC to
I
Philly.
gotcha. All right.
But when it was going to rain and we thought our flight might get canceled, we started looking at trains and it was like $350 a person to buy a train ticket on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty cool, but also with like drone technology, drones are essentially helicopters. You know what I mean? I wonder where we're headed as far as like personal.
Have you seen?
Travel
I mean,
is
they're
concerned.
amazing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's stuff like I would never. God bless you, Ryan. To me, the notion of learning to fly a plane, and I would never. I'd do suicide. But these things look viable.
Yeah.
Like some of the drone-based personal aircraft.
Yeah.
Look feasible.
Did you see? I think it might have even been Disney technology. It was a. Well, I'll call it a car because it was just it had four wheels, but that it had props on the top like a drone, and they kind of tilt and swirl, and so this car is riding on the ground and then it goes up a wall. Because the fans
That's
were on the
pretty
top
wild.
of this thing, and then you see this thing driving on a wall.
And it was real?
It was real.
Okay. That's my question now with all this.
never know.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Ryan?
So, yes, these things are real. And Casey, to your point, there are plenty of drones that have been out for a long time that look like your conventional aircraft. The only thing that's going out there right now is, would everybody in this room right now want to get on a plane to go on vacation and there not be a pilot in the aircraft?
No. God,
exactly.
no.
See how quickly
No. Without question, no.
They're waiting for public. It's we want somebody there.
Yeah.
We want somebody to physically be in there to take care of problems.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you know how you fly a drone with essentially a remote
like a video
control,
game controller. Yeah.
Could you do that from the cockpit of a drone rather than using a steering wheel?
There is a device that has a 25-minute flight. You charge it up. You sit in it. You're in a cage. It has the big props spinning around you. It is all electric. And the guy using it, he has his phone in a holder that's giving him all of his telemetry, I guess is what. And he is using essentially a video game controller.
Yeah.
And now he goes up about 100 feet, 150 feet, but he's flying over the trees and he's flying around in a rural area. That's something I might try. Would you do that?
I saw somebody do that with a submarine one time.
I know, it's amazing.
And then it imploded. No, probably not. It's just even if I was skilled in operating drones, I don't.
It's too much.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I can't see flying myself up in the air and being. Yeah, it's just a
quick way to go to Everest.
You make mistakes, you die. So
absolutely.
I'd rather not. But anyhow, this is interesting technology, and they were testing it here in Philadelphia.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, here is something different from the Just Saying Institute. Medieval alchemists spent centuries trying to turn lead into gold, and it turns out modern physicists have actually pulled it off, if only for a fraction of a second. Scientists working on the ALICE experiment at CERN's Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland accidentally created gold while smashing lead atoms together at nearly the speed of light, trying to recreate the extreme conditions that existed just after the Big Bang. The catch is the amount was almost unimaginably tiny. 29 trillionths of a gram, which is trillions of times less than anything needed for a piece of jewelry. The collider produces roughly 89,000 gold nuclei every second, but each one smashes into the beam pipe and is destroyed almost instantly.
So that's counterproductive, I think.
It's counterproductive?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to encase a rose and stuff like that.
No. But they weren't trying really to create gold. For physicists, the gold is actually more of a nuisance since it disrupts the beam.
It's pretty wild.
Though studying the process helps them understand nuclear matter under extreme conditions.
You know, one of the big fears of these colliders, like the Hadron Collider, is the potential to create a black hole.
Right. Yeah.
You know, which is something that...
Yeah, it's a theoretical thing
possibility,
that's never going to happen.
I love when the conspiracy theory stuff ends up in my algorithm, and because there are some conspiracy theorists that say that whatever they did back in 2015 altered something here on this planet, you know?
It gave us millisecond gold.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Now, there's an nuclear physicist that I follow on Instagram, and he's always, seeing these videos of theories, and then he'll say, no, here's exactly the science. This is what we have learned of years and years and years of
what's the
study
fun in that?
of what's going on. It's actually fun hearing him, tell the truth about it, and even though it's way beyond my scope of understanding, a lot of it, he tries to dumb it down for people who can understand it.
So when it comes to alchemy and you have like 24 karat gold, your classic yellow gold, how easy is it, or I don't even know if it's possible to turn that from yellow gold into white gold?
Lead.
No, into white gold.
That I don't know. I don't know the process behind any of that. That metallurgy, right? That's what they call it?
Yeah, I don't know, because so I gave my daughter Casey a gift yesterday. It was a gold chain that I got for my 16th birthday. So back in 1991, it was kind of cool to have a little dog tag with your own name on it.
Right.
And so her name is my name is her name. So I gave her this thing that I got for my 16th birthday, but she doesn't wear gold, but she does wear like silver and white gold.
All right, here's Marissa just found this, Casey. You cannot chemically change yellow gold into white gold because they are different metal mixtures. To make yellow gold look like white gold, a jewelry must either coat it with a bright white metal called rhodium or melt and recast the piece entirely into a white gold alloy.
Seems like a waste of time.
So alloys are, combinations.
Just cover it with whiteout.
Yeah. Oh, spray paint it.
Yeah, just spray paint it.
Rust-Oleum. Yeah,
Here you go, honey. I made you white gold.
Rust-Oleum.
Look, I'm an alchemist.
All right, something else here.
All right.
Okay. Trading in the screen for a book might be a much better way to end your day. Sleep and brain health experts say that reading before bed can help quiet a busy mind, reduce stimulation, and create a reliable cue that tells your body that it is time to wind down.
So reading in bed is a damn near impossibility. If you're tired, you're going to fall asleep. You're going to read the same page 150 times.
Well, it can help. That's if you want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
This is not if you want to stay up reading. This will help you go to sleep, help you unwind. So mission accomplished.
I'll read an owner's manual.
Here's why swapping out scrolling for pages may help you into sleep mode. It gives your brain something calm to focus on instead of replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, or scrolling through endless content. Print books and basic e-ink readers avoid the blue light, notifications, and constant novelty that can make phones and tablets harder to disengage from.
Do you read in bed?
No, I haven't lately.
Yeah.
But I used to, and I should get back to it. So reading does not directly make you sleepy, but it does me. But it can reduce stress and help shift the body from an alert state toward a more relaxed one. And doing it at the same time each night can turn reading into a consistent bedtime signal.
What do you turn to more often, like gothic romances?
Yeah, of course.
Lady Chatterley's Lover?
Yeah. Fabio stuff. If he's on the cover, I'm in.
I'm in.
No, but what you read matters.
Bodice rippers, they call them.
As well. Experts recommend choosing something interesting enough to hold your attention, but not so suspenseful, stressful, or emotional that it keeps your brain revved up.
Have you ever, you go to the bathroom or whatever, and you're in there much longer, maybe you didn't bring your phone or whatever, there's no reading material, you end up reading the labels on...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there have been times where I've we've gotten so used to having that phone access.
Something there.
If I've slipped into the bathroom and I'm doing my business, I'm going to be in there for a little bit. We still do have magazines and things like that are in the bathroom. But if I found myself without one, I'm like... What the hell am I supposed to do now?
do here?
Well, what am I going to do?
I made the commitment.
Think?
Oh, you repeat when you're shampooing.
There was a little while back where I just kind of, I don't know if I didn't have my phone on me or what. No, it was actually while we were on vacation. We were on the shore. And I was like just sitting there with my thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing.
I don't
And
like this.
I'm like, no, I did like it. I'm like, this is old school. This is what we used to do. When you had nothing around, you could just spend time thinking, wondering,
You had to
pondering.
wander out to the outhouse and wonder what sort of predatory creature was outside waiting for you.
Yeah.
I had a dream of making wallpaper out of the fortunes from Chinese fortune cookies at the end of that you get at the end of dinner. So I collected them for years and years and years. And then I finally was like, all right, I'm going to put it together. And I took all of them and it was about a 2-foot piece of art because they're so tiny.
Yeah. I like the idea, though.
That'd be good. You could
wallpaper you could read.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
All right, this has nothing to do with reading on the toilet, but just 2 days ago, I sneezed while I was about to make a movement. It was insane how quickly everything came out. I swear to God, I was like, achoo, and then I was done. I was done. It was pretty amazing.
You should have some smelling salts.
You
then.
should, honestly, if you guys are trying
Some
to do
snuff.
Some pepper.
I
Where's my
recommend
snuff?
I recommend at least one time in your life sneezing a poop out.
I'll take you up on
it
that.
was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll put some pepper on the edge of the table.
If we're going to go off the board here.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. One time, Rochelle and I were in the throes of passion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she sneezed. No, she coughed.
Oh, okay.
Like a hard cough.
Yeah.
You ever had that happen?
No.
It's not very fun.
Oh, no kidding.
No.
Did it make you crab?
But no, it didn't make me crab. But I wouldn't call it full on painful, but it was unpleasant.
Oh, so you had sort of a clamp action.
Yes.
Oh.
A clamp and get out of me.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
Yeah, that was
He's
for
like,
real.
achoo.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild.
That's going to be a little blow to the ego.
Well, no, it was like, I'm like, the strength on you.
Wow. Do it again. Let me get a hot dog.
I like to, oh, dude, do it again.
Gary Lauer coughing.
But I would imagine a sneeze would have the same effect.
Yeah.
But you're sort of
constrict.
convulsing and constricting.
Yes, you bear down very hard.
In Casey's situation, he took a massive instant dump.
Yeah.
What if that had happened to you? It wouldn't have been so wonderful.
That would have been an interesting confluence of events.
Sorry about that.
She sneezes,
and you take a massive
I get shot
dump.
out, and I take a dump on the bed.
And you never have to say, hey, do you remember that?
I love you.
Oh, I remember.
I love it when we go off the board.
Well, this detour is brought to you by Casey Foster, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I think we got to we have a guest coming up, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got to close up shop. I wasn't even actually done with that article, but anyhow, read before you go to bed.
Yes.
It's going to help you out. It's going to
go to
lull you
sleep.
to sleep a little bit better. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a moment, and Modi's going to be joining us. He's going to be performing at Ocean Resort in Atlantic City coming up on the 22nd. Stay with us. We'll return. We took a tour, like a close-up tour. You have to pay extra to do that.
Yeah.
And they took us by the crawlers, and you're right at the base of it. It's massive. And that's just the thing that moves the massive rocket.
To roll it out into place is astonishing.
It's pretty incredible. So that 4-mile trek could mark the first leg of Artemis 2.
I love the name Artemis, too.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Which will be a 10-day journey around the moon and back that will put the spaceship through its paces. The lunar mission will be NASA's first with astronauts since Apollo 17. It's been 53 years since anybody has been up that close to the moon.
It's been way too long, and I know that you are. I assume you're like me. I'm out of my mind excited for this.
Oh, very much so. So the astronauts include Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Reed Wiseman, and Canada's Jerry Hansen that will be aboard.
No Katy Perry?
No Katy Perry on this one. No, she did go up in the Orion.
On that mission.
The Orion, right? Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't have is your microphone not on? There you go.
And the Blue Emu?
The Blue Emu.
In the Blue Emu.
Yeah.
So the Blue Horizon, was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So
the Blue Waffle.
The so-called, they're calling it the wet dress rehearsal.
Oh, man, that's hot.
Will load the Mega Moon rocket with 700,000 gallons of ultra-cooled liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen propellants and take the countdown all the way down to 29 seconds before liftoff.
You guys wet yet?
How this test goes will shape the flight timeline and determine whether launch opportunities
Go, Squirt, go.
in February remain in play.
So wait, when's the launch?
It's going to be February 2nd.
That's exciting.
If it remains, if everything goes right, that can
12
always
days before Valentine's Day, Preston.
Can always change. So during the test, teams will fill the rocket and rehearse every major step of launch day fueling. Controllers will run through all countdown procedures, including the final terminal count, and then stop on purpose at T29 seconds. NASA is targeting February 2nd for the crucial exercise, though that could change depending on preparation. So
if you were to see like an Apollo 13 or anything that will show you the inside you just watched from the Earth to the Moon, inside those capsules, in the kind of equipment looks borderline prehistoric to what they're going to have now when they go into space.
Yeah.
I mean, when you realize that at the time, the average cell phone that we carry had more technology than all of NASA at that time.
Yeah.
It puts it all into perspective.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you look at the antiquated computers that they were using and the commands that they had to give. So they used their commands were verb and noun.
Yeah.
It would be like verb 020 enter, noun 254 blank, and they would have to do these really long computations to do whatever they needed to change in the guidance computer, but they couldn't get anywhere without it. They had to use that stuff, and that's what and at the time it was cutting edge technology.
And then other times it was tape and a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, totally. So Artemis 2 builds on lessons from the uncrewed maiden voyage in 2022, which needed several tries to complete just the fueling. Engineers adjusted how they load liquid oxygen after seeing temperature issues and modified hardware after hydrogen leaks were discovered in the connections between the ground systems and the rocket. They also changed and cryogenically tested a key valve that had caused some trouble during the final uncrewed countdown. Since Artemis 1, the Kennedy Space Center has revised procedures and upgraded hardware as part of the Artemis 2 plan. Once the wet dress rehearsal ends, engineers will pore over the performance of the rocket, the Orion spacecraft, and the ground systems. Only if the data looks clean with the mission managers will they move on to setting a specific launch date, but they're hoping for February 2nd.
I mean, listen,
Pretty amazing.
We need to go back. And I know people say, why? It's something we need to do as a species. We need to explore.
Well, yeah. It's the old adage is why?
Yeah,
because it's there.
It's there. Yeah,
and that's part of the reason. But there's some practical things too.
Sure,
that they need to figure out. And you never know what
Velcro came out of the space program.
I mean, come on, man. So did Corningware.
Absolutely,
that came out of the space program. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There are a lot of things, Marissa. In fact, you could pull up a list of household items that were created through the space program. They had other uses that they were intended for, but they ended up being perfect for other things that we still use to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. The melon baller.
That came from
of course.
That's
how lunar soil was scooped with a melon baller.
So Marissa just pulled, and I'll just read off the list here. I'll take it here, Marissa. So things that were created from the space program: dustbusters, little handheld vacuums. Memory foam,
yes,
was something that was created from NASA and the program.
Before that, the foam could not remember.
No, wireless headsets. Modern running shoes, water filters, scratch-resistant lenses, freeze-dried food, baby formula, treadmills came out of the program.
I mean, the double-headed dildo.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That was originally part of a retro rocket.
I did not.
And they repurposed it.
And they repurposed a double-headed dildo from the space program.
Houston, I think we have another use for this.
Wow. Let me get back to you in a couple of minutes.
If you hear some groaning, you just ignore that.
So anyhow, they're doing those. They're getting the full what they call the wet dress rehearsal underway.
We talked about this last week about the resort on the moon or things of that nature, and the projected cost of what it'd be to go there. I don't think, obviously, in my lifetime, I'm not going to make it. But I mean, how exciting is that? And maybe for some people, don't give a rat's ass, but for me and for you, it's been part of science fiction lore forever.
Been a while. We've been off for a couple weeks, and we haven't shuffled around the streets of Philadelphia. It's time for the City Beat, folks. So we're gonna
Scoobly wow wow.
get in it.
Feet, beat, meat. That's all you need to know.
That's it. All right. So a new baby African penguin at the Adventure Aquarium in Camden was unveiled yesterday, and now they have announced a contest to name the baby penguin.
I love this because it's twofold. It's to name the penguin and then how best to prepare it.
No, you don't. We're not going to eat it.
No, it's adorable. It's funny how when you talk about the changes that some, animals go through when they are young to what they become when they're older. We essentially look like small versions of humans, but there's this massive change that takes place. But it's adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. Casey, I know you have a knack for coming up with names for dogs.
Yeah.
Do you ever, collect those names, have a repository of them, and maybe you could dip in there and find something, a great name for this penguin?
Well, my latest dog name actually could go with this
With the penguin?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Go-birds.
Go-birds.
Go-birds actually.
That's one word.
Yep.
Go-birds.
Where do you stand on go-birds? You.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute idea.
Yeah.
But the plural at the end throws me off a bit.
Yeah.
What about any one of our band names?
Dude, okay. So yesterday, finally, I wrote them all down and I printed it up.
Really?
And I have it here with me.
Okay.
I have the full list of the Preston Elliott band name repository that I've been collecting for years and years and years. I'm not going to read it. I'll just show you.
Give us a taste.
I'll show you. This is the full collective here.
Oh, my God.
It is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the pages.
God, we could sell this too.
6.
The music industry.
I
I have 8 pages. Well, about 7 pages.
I was in a store the other day, Steve, and they had a little notebook, and on the front of it just said band names.
Oh my God!
Really?
Think of what we could. Think of all the money we won't make.
I'll just give you. I highlighted my favorite ones.
Okay.
I'll just give you one for now because maybe eventually I will reveal the whole thing. But I really like this one. Saskatoon Bible Camp. So, and here's another good one: the Shoe Tree Dildos. Okay.
Hey, come on!
I've got pages and pages.
Oh,
of these
those are
names.
great.
I don't think they'd be right for
a penguin. No.
Where did shoe tree dildos come from?
I don't know.
You have
Something
no
Steve
idea?
said probably.
Okay.
It happens a lot while we're discussing something offbeat, and then 2 words or 3 words are put together, and I'm like, that's a great name.
It's almost like when you're playing that game where you look for the there's a whole page of letters and you look for words within the and that's the same
word
thing.
search.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Those probably wouldn't be suitable for a penguin.
No.
Don't think they should do the penguin make penguin face.
No, don't do that. That's kind of old, but
The penguin's sibling is Schubert, if that inspires, and
okay.
his parents are Hubert and Mushu.
And Mushu, that's right. So the unnamed chick was hatched November 21st and was the 3rd African penguin to be hatched at the Adventure Aquarium last year. The announcement of the new chicks are held off until they determine that the new bird is healthy and expected to survive, so they've gotten past that point now. The other 2 baby African penguins, Duffy and Oscar, hatched earlier in November.
What I do remember about the penguins when I visited them is that they stink.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Horribly bad.
Well,
Yeah.
So there's also always at the Adventure Aquarium.
Yeah.
They have the penguins as well.
Yeah.
And that's fairly stinky. I don't remember the zoo stinking as much, but yeah.
What about? Oh, so I thought that was Adventure Aquarium. My bad. What about the name Oswald? Because of Oswald
Lee
Cobblepot.
Harvey Oswald?
No, Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for the penguin. Oswald would actually be good, though. He is a nefarious, horrible, strangling pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be not the most appropriate for a penguin.
You remember that they stank. All I could think about is that they have CDs hanging in their little enclosure to kind of, the light reflects on them.
They like the
and it
shimmering
distracts
stuff?
them.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember that. Really? Okay.
And they choose the artist.
Yes.
Yeah, they get to choose which musicians are represented.
Harvey Danger.
So, Mehdi Alskovich Pohl, a biologist, says that the aquariums, in the aquarium's introduction video, although he's a little bit younger than the other two, he does make up for it in size. He is quite a big baby penguin chick. And so starting today, or yesterday actually, aquarium visitors are available to now vote on one of 4 names offered the new penguin. Oh man, I thought we were going to be able to,
I
to
thought
submit.
from scratch.
Okay, well, these are pretty good names.
All right.
So Scrappy, Zero, Flounder, and Toothless.
Well,
those are cute.
Toothless, wonderful from How to Train Your Dragon. Flounder, obviously, Animal House.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might.
Zero might be from Casey, that show Sticks.
Yeah.
With Owen Wilson. There's a character named Zero on that show. And I'm not sure about Scrappy.
I like Zero.
Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and what is it?
And hungry.
Young,
Just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry.
young, happy. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I don't know if any of those are thrilling me, but I might do Toothless because I love that character so much.
I like Zero. I think I would go with that. The unnamed chick is being parented, like Marissa said, by Mushu and Hubert, and they also parented a 2024 chick named Schubert.
How about Moobert?
Then their Mushu was named for a dragon sidekick from the movie Mulan, the Disney movie.
Okay,
Mulan.
yeah.
So the aquarium's birds and mammals team chose possible names using a dragons and sidekicks theme.
Here's my suggestion, and don't dismiss it immediately.
Okay.
If you want global press, name it the C word.
Yes, do it.
Right?
If you want to make waves,
yeah.
want to get your name out there.
You will not believe what they named the penguin at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the zoo or the aquarium that has
It's the aquarium.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Adventure
In case I
Aquarium.
misunderstood.
Okay, yeah.
So the naming contest will close on January 19th, and the winner will be announced January 20th, Penguin Awareness Day, the aquarium staff had said. So that's why they're doing it on that day. African penguins, by the way, which originate from the waters around southern Africa, are classified critically endangered. So the hatches are important to the survival of the species.
Do you know what they have over the Adventure Aquarium, which is kind of a cool thing, is they have the porcupines.
Yeah.
Which are, okay, you got these too.
Yeah, I don't know why those were chosen to be a part of the aquarium. They're in with the hippos, I believe. Thank you very much, Marissa. So Saturday, our next guest can be at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City, and you can get some tickets to the show. You can go to ModiLive.com to do that. So please welcome to the program, Modi. Yeah. Good morning, Modi.
How are ya?
Wonderful, and you,
Good morning.
sir?
Good morning. I'm just thanking God that I'm in my apartment right now. I remember the days 30 years ago where I'd have to be waking up to do radio promo coming into the studio. And I just woke up a half hour ago, I had a coffee, put myself together, and here we are.
Oh, thank God for COVID, right? Didn't that help us all just detach and not be in the same room with each other anymore?
It was a blessing.
Oh, my God.
Modi,
it is a blessing.
So your full name, your first name is Mordecai, correct?
Correct.
That's a cool name.
That is one of the coolest names. I know it's
an amazing name.
It's an ancient name. Do you have other family members named Mordecai? Did that happen? Is that how it happened?
My grandfather was Mordecai. Mordecai is an amazing name. It's from the story of Esther with in Purim. He was the uncle that saved Israel, but it's also Mordechai. It's the essence of life. Chai is life, as you know, or don't. So that's a special name. And then I also go by Modi Live. Like everything in my website is Modi Live. Everything on Instagram is Modi Live. So Mordechai, Modi Live. It really is.
It all works out. Yes,
it all works out.
There's a symmetry to it. You were born in Tel Aviv. You were raised on Long Island, and you're described. And I see this because as the last of the Catskill comedians, when I was a kid, we used to go up to a resort in the Borscht Belt called Kutcher's, and Kutcher's was a great place. And so, Preston, I have memories of like my Dirty Dancing memories.
That's all that I think of when I hear of this
It was
region
like that.
is Dirty Dancing.
But it was what we were seeing were comedians like Charlie Callis and Shecky Green.
Oh, wow.
And those guys who worked the Borscht Belt, Alan King. And it was pretty wild. I have really great memories of that. Did you get to experience any of that yourself?
So I caught the tail end of it, the really tail. In 95, the booking agent saw me on TV, came to a club. He says, "Hey, kid, do you want to work the mountains?" I said, "Sure." First show I did was at the Concord Hotel.
Yes.
Which is up the block from Kutcher's. Yep. And then I did Kutcher's. I performed in Kutcher's hundreds of times. It was like I was the only New York City comic doing the clubs, and then also on the weekends driving up there and doing the shows in Kutcher's, and it was amazing. And I did get to see Alan King was one of my mentors, and then there were Freddie Roman,
yes,
and there was Stewie Stone. You ever see him?
Yeah, very familiar. Never saw him, but very familiar.
So I got to see those old school comedians and their timing and their cadence and their. It was a blessing that was a part of my growing up in my career.
That's such a mind blower because I have such fond memories, and to me it looked like they put on like crazy long shows, and it was like this really wonderful thing. And for me, and tell me if this is your experience at the latter end of it, you really had to work a crowd that was. You had people who were very old and kids. Like it was this across the board sort of thing. Was that your experience?
100%. So by the time I got up there, the hotels were horrific. Yeah. I mean, not horrific, but they were down. They weren't maintained. But the families that were there, they were so happy because you had the grandkids, the parents, the grandparents, sometimes great-grandparents, and they were all sitting at a table together. So you're performing for families.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it was just, it's not like at a comedy club where it's a bunch of friends together or a bridal party, but this was like a family, 18 to 80. And I'm still that's still my audience.
So did you come in with your comedic style true to that, or did that make you the comedian you are now?
Exactly what you said. It made me the comedian I am. I talk about it in the show. I actually begin the show with it, that I'm the last of the Catskill comedians. Because I was doing spots in New York City. I'm at the Comedy Cellar doing 10-minute spots. All of a sudden, I'm in a tuxedo with a band behind me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm 24 years old, you know, and they can't believe that a young comic is up there. I was the youngest by 30, 40 years from the other comedians. And it trains you. You have to learn timing, and you need to write material that they all get, and it's specific material to them and their experience up there. And it really trained me, and it was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Did you guys ever see a movie from Billy Crystal called Mr. Saturday Night?
Yeah.
100%.
I love that movie. It gets very little recognition, but it speaks to that style and that type of comedian. I always thought it was great.
Well, Billy Crystal would work the Borscht Belt.
Yeah.
It was he's from New York. He would do that all the time. Yeah, I can't imagine a better, I don't know if it's anomalous now, but I love that style. I think that it's sort of timeless. You know, that in your show, I've been watching a lot of your stand-up. You know, you can, I don't think they can throw anything at you after you've gotten that kind of training that you can't work. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. I was in a suit, and I still always perform in a suit. And you really need to, you know, my first comedy special was called Know Your Audience. You really have to feel what's out there, what could work. It's not like what you want to do. You have to do with what's going to work in that room. And that was the Catskills. That was it.
So, Modi, you were a successful investment banker before you got into comedy, and I did you hate it or something? Because I've always said, if you can find out how to make money work for you, you hit the jackpot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We have investments now, but back then I was in banking, and I used to imitate the secretaries. So that's how it began. I was in banking. I was at Merrill Lynch. And I'd come home and hang out with my friends and imitate the secretaries, like over-the-top characters that I worked with. And I had no idea. My friend said, do it on stage. I'd never been to a comedy club.
Yeah.
And he booked a bringer show at Stand Up in New York. And that was my first time on stage. I came in from work in a suit, went up on stage, did 5 minutes of imitation of my secretary. And Kerry Hoffman, back then, who owned the club, said, you should stick with this and work on it, and that's how it began.
Wow!
So
and then 5 years later, I was full-time comedy. But I was working both. I was working both jobs.
That's tough. That's tough when you're doing a 9 to 5, because if you're doing bringer shows where you're promising you're going to bring people into the club, you're not going to get the first spot on the bill. You're going to be working 2 o'clock in the morning. So how dragging were you around that time period?
Well, first of all, I was in my 20s. I was young and I had energy like crazy. So, and it wasn't 9 to 5. It was way later. So I would come to the comedy clubs in my suit. But I moved along very fast. So I was booking shows at the Comedy Cellar and at Stand Up New York and Comic Strip with full time. So the bringer part of my career was very, very short.
Oh, good.
I was already booking full shows. Closing the shows at the Strip was within a year.
So my question would be: you had the successful career. We know your parents, family. They're looking at this, and then you say, "I'm going to hang this 180." How well did that go over?
By the time, so I was doing comedy and banking for 5 years.
Yeah.
And by the time I was ready to leave, I was already making a living as a comedian, touring. I had the calendar was full. They were fine with it. They were fine with it.
It's funny because I have such fond memories of that Catskill stuff, and I remember something that just came to mind when I was a kid. It amazed me, like all around the Kutchers, they had cats wandering around to keep the do you remember this vermin out? Like you'd be sitting there and they had these rafters and you'd be sitting there and cats would be walking around. It was such a good. We weren't Jewish. There was such a good familial vibe there. Besides performing there, did you ever vacation in the Catskills? Was that ever a destination for you, or was it in the crappy, horrible mode when you were okay?
So when we came to America and my parents were figuring out what we were going to do, like what was our thing, we tried. This is in the 70s. We tried going to the Catskills. My mom left in the middle of the weekend. She said, this is so much food. I can't look at this. I can't. It was all food, everything. They entertained you with comedy and with food. Yeah. And that was not our vibe. It was not our vibe at all. And so I didn't go back there until they booked me there. And then I came in at night. I did the show and I drove back home. I never stayed because the rooms were like. My joke is. They gave me a room. I called the manager. I said, hey, I got a leak in the sink. He said, go ahead. It's literally.
I mean, no, but you're right. They were even in their heyday. They were, you weren't talking the Waldorf. They were passable, but so I imagine those later on must have not been all that awesome. But then you get the career moves along, and you sell out Radio City Music Hall.
Wow,
twice.
Damn.
So how do you drink that in when that moment occurs? Can you see and smell every second of it right to this point?
Like I said, I opened up the Radio City shows talking about how I began at the comedy clubs and the Catskills. I am literally the last of the Catskill comedians that's performing. And so that brings the nostalgia factor up for everybody. And it's also for people who've never heard of it are like, what is this Catskills? And I walk them through it. And it's and I drink it up with nothing but appreciation and gratitude and know where you come from and know where you're going. It's such an important thing in comedy.
To hyper-serve your audience is key. We try to do that and make sure you do benefit from knowing your audience. I wanted to ask you, so your husband, I assume you're still married, yes? Okay.
Yes.
Is also your manager?
He runs everything.
Okay.
We have a management team. We have an agency. There's a publicity. There's everything. But he runs the whole thing. And he's the one that really blew me up during COVID when we were locked together in the house. he sold his business, he took over mine, and we were between Zoom shows and all these illegal shows that we did for the Jewish community that was during COVID. He began to take over, and he found me the agents and the managers, and it's because of him. Everything is, he took it over about 6 years ago.
Was there ever a brief moment like, oh, we're going down a bad path here where we're combining
Working together?
Working together?
No. It's so easy. I feel bad for people who don't work with their spouse, because we don't come home and be like, how was your day? We had our day together. We know how the day was. It's the best thing in the world. It's amazing, and we're in the same headspace, and we're doing amazing projects, and it's blessed and busy.
Blink twice if he's in the room with you right now.
Yeah, that's a good question. So and the word is, so he's younger. So would you say substantially?
He's 10, 12 years younger.
All right, because I was reading his
22 years younger, 10 and 12.
10, 12 years younger.
Were you reticent to get involved with someone that much younger, or was it meant to be? Clearly meant to be.
No, we met on the subway, and we had our first date. We met on the subway, exchanged numbers, and I said, do you want to go to a comedy show that night? And I took him to the Comedy Cellar, and he didn't know I was a comic. And I put him in the comics table, and then as he sat down, they go, and now please help me welcome Modi. And I went on stage.
Wow.
And that's how he found out.
That's a boss move. Yeah.
But it wasn't my move. It wasn't I never brought people to the Comedy Cellar. That wasn't my move, but that happened to have been that night. And he moved in three dates later, and we've been together for 11 years.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you're searching for material, I'm sure like many things, it just comes to you. But is there a favorite place to go to topic wise that is just kind of in your wheelhouse?
No, it's literally I'm not one of those comics that sits on a computer and types. I'm with my friends, I'm with family, I'm with whoever. And if I see a laugh come out of somebody from something that's been said by me or anybody else, that's funny.
You make note.
That's a premise. Yeah. Let's put that up at the Comedy Cellar. Let's find the beginning and end and a bunch of tags, and that's how the bits begin. And yeah,
you have a wealth of material. Your ability to generate the material, you're constantly updating, obviously, as you have to, and working. I wanted to ask you, since are you Orthodox?
I keep, yes, more or less. I go to synagogue on Saturday, Friday. The house is kosher. We light candles. I put on every morning. I put on tefillin and the prayers in the morning. So in that aspect, yes.
The reason why I ask is we worked with a wonderful man for many years. His name is Rabbi. We called him Rabbi. He had a rock and roll yarmulke, and there would be bands that would come through town, and he had to adapt the schedule to not go. He couldn't go out.
He couldn't go on the Sabbath.
He couldn't go see Metallica.
He couldn't go see Metallica. His much revered band. So does that present touring issues for you?
We factor it in.
Okay.
We factor it in because some of the audience is they keep the Sabbath, so we factor in doing shows not on Fridays, on Saturdays, but sometimes we do both. And I have an audience that's some of them are very religious and some of them are not religious at all. And so we cater to both of them.
Yeah, we had Modest Yahoo is a friend of the show, and so he had that for. I think he's dialed back a little bit, but he's still very religious, and he makes it work. I was reading about you and your younger years. You reportedly, and tell me if this is correct or not, had a substantial stutter when you were a kid.
I still do.
You still do?
I still do.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you mitigate it? How did you deal with it?
You learn techniques.
Yeah.
There's techniques you learn how to speak. It's funny, whenever I'm working on new material, that's when it really comes out.
Really? When you're on stage, or as you're, I assume, repeating it at home, or does it ever manifest on stage?
I'm stage, it manifests when I'm working out, like at the Comedy Cell, when I watch the videos of the new material, you can see it where I get stuck on something. But there's basically like a few letters that I cannot say well if they're the first letters. Like when someone, M.
Yeah.
So when someone says to me, "What's your name?" I can't say Modi. It has to be something before.
Leading into it, yeah.
Right. I say, "I am Modi."
Okay.
So then I am is already, the words are already moving. I am Modi. And then letters like SL, things of that sort. Sometimes the thoughts are just so fast that the words get stuck, but it's just something you deal with.
Yeah, so my math teacher in high school, I had him junior and senior year. And we didn't know this, and he was one who told us, and he had to basically speak in beats.
Wow.
Yeah, he would. Not like he was rapping, but essentially he was speaking in beats, and that's how he was able to overcome that
stutter.
affliction. Yeah.
Yeah, and it pops up where sometimes and on stage it looks like just overexcitement.
Okay,
like I'm so excited about what I'm talking about that I'm stuck on it.
Right.
And
Well,
that's what it is.
Pretty courageous of you to step up and do this in the first place. That first couple of times that you did it, knowing that you had this obstacle in your way, even though you, I'm sure, learned how to cope with it. But was that ever in the back of your mind, like, oh, I can't do this, man? It's speaking for a living.
No, you have to understand, the first time I did comedy, it wasn't like, this is a dream of mine. I can't wait to do this. I have to become a comedian. My heroes are George Carlin. That was not the case.
Okay.
My friend said to me, whatever you're doing at the dinner table, do it on stage. Okay. So I became from a table comic to a stage comic, and he set it all up. I had no thought whatsoever of being a comedian. I'd never been to a comedy club. I'd only seen comedy on whatever was on HBO.
Yeah.
Whatever HBO was showing, so that I had no reference of the comedy world. And I went up, I couldn't have cared less. The other comics bombed and I killed. And then the owner said, keep at it. And I caught the bug. And then I learned it, and I learned the craft, and my voice came out, and and that was how it happened.
Man, that's the best way to have it happen organically, where it's actually
100%.
Coming from you. There was a great series to talk about, the history of Jewish comedy and the history of the great Jewish comedians. I think PBS had a series that was phenomenal. Going back to just the genesis of so much of comedy that we all love. Pop culturally comes from this from Jewish comedians. Who is at the number one spot? You mentioned a number of greats. Who is the most informative to your own comedy?
Without any hesitation, Alan King.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. So when I began doing comedy, there wasn't YouTube, and there wasn't access to watch every comedian on the world. So I had to go to the Museum of Television and Film, which is on 52nd Street, and I had seen a part of Alan King's comedy special he had, and I went and I watched all of his whatever he did.
Yeah.
His cadence was
the best.
It was, and also he wasn't nebuchi. He wasn't
right.
A pity. It wasn't like, I'm struggling, I'm a waiter. He's like, I'm coming with money, I'm doing well, things are going great, I'm producing this, I'm doing that. My wife has jewelry, I have a house on an estate.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's me. I don't need to be struggling act, and it was just, I loved it. And it's so funny that I visit my uncle's grave every year at the anniversary of his death.
Yeah.
And I recently found out that Alan King is buried a few graves down.
No way.
Wow. So who do you visit
Yeah.
first?
What?
Who do you visit
I
first?
visit my uncle, and then I stop by. I put a rock on his.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that Alan King was also. I think I just saw him in Casino. He's in Casino. He's in. He was in the Cat's Eye, Stephen King.
Yep.
He was a good actor. Do you have any?
He was a great actor.
Any acting inclination?
Yeah, I've been in a bunch of things, and we're working on a whole bunch of things here. But I was on just like him, little parts of on CSI, on The Sopranos, on Crashing, the show Crashing.
Oh, great show.
Yeah, I had a great episode on that. I played myself for the whole episode. It was amazing. And it was, yes, there's been great acting stuff, little films, little...
You did a GTA, you did a video game. You did video game voiceover, did you not?
I was a part of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Yeah, and who was your character?
Isaac.
A
Hasidic money laundering diamond dealer. Yeah, it was a stretch. I had to really go into some acting.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you a gamer?
No, not at all. But people send me things from it. People who want to collect every autograph or a picture of somebody who was in those shows reach out to me, and but yeah, that was a
that's cool. Yeah,
it was very cool.
It's a good feather in your cap.
You're at Ocean Casino on Saturday. Is Atlantic City a territory for you? Is it a place you like to get to?
It's a great area because the Philly audience. Philly is an amazing audience, and they come to Atlantic City, and we did the Borgata last time, and we sold it out. It was amazing, and now I hear amazing things about Ocean Casino Resort, and I can't wait to get there. And even though it's called Pause for Laughter, which is the show I did at Radio City, a lot of it is all the new material I'm doing.
Great.
So so anybody that was at Radio City, this is going to be, you're going to see a lot of new material.
You mentioned having Philly fans. I'm looking at a text message. So our area code in Philadelphia is 215, and I got a text that says, from the Jew 15, thank you for being a fun and positive representation of the tribe. Love. That's from Tall Rachel. She just wanted you to know that.
Well, thank you, Tall Rachel. Hopefully I'll see you Saturday night at the casino.
Nice.
Philly's a great area.
Excellent. Well, tickets available at ModiLive.com, and I'm sure we can find out all about your tours and everything else, all the information right there. Well, that's cool, man. Modi, it's nice to meet you. If you find yourself back in the town here in Philadelphia and you don't mind getting up early and getting out of your apartment, come by and see us, all right?
I will. Thank you guys very much for having me on. And I see you guys all Saturday.
This Saturday, Ocean Casino Resort. Modi, guys. Super nice guy. Very nice guy. And he sells out big rooms.
Oh, absolutely,
man. Yeah. Really, really cool. One thing I wanted to, we have just a couple of minutes before we need to take a break.
Are we going back to the JSI?
No, we're not going back to JSI. Today is, I believe it's move-in day for Temple.
Is it?
I saw that on the news this morning. So, yeah, I can't believe it's back to school time, but it is.
You were just doing Coolest Teacher.
Yeah. But I saw this list. It is from, who did this? House Beautiful.
Okay.
It's the most beautiful college towns in the United States.
I might know a number of them.
And Casey, you've recently popped into some college towns.
I have, and we're going to go to more because Avery is about to start her senior year, and she's literally going to Chicago next weekend to take a look at some schools out there.
Does she have an inclination or a preferred location right now?
No, she's kind of all over the place, which is weird because she's such an exceptional student that she hasn't been as proactive.
Yeah.
In her, but like my wife is very, very dialed in with this stuff, so she has some ideas. You were mentioning yesterday, Preston, Madison, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. University of Wisconsin-Madison is a really, really beautiful college town. So like right now, we went down to the D.C. area. We're checking out Pitt. They're checking out some schools in Chicago, yeah.
So these are looking at scanning this list. I think this is more of the of where the town focuses around the university.
Okay. Oh
yeah, that type of thing. So my experience growing up, my dad went to the University of Kentucky, which is in Lexington, and Lexington is all about the college.
So when I was doing stand-up comedy and performing primarily at colleges, I visited so many towns that would not exist without the college. Would not exist at all. I mean, you would drive through nothing, and there was the town and the college, and it was there because of the college or university.
It's kind of, well, listen, Lansing is I believe it's the state capital of Michigan, but the town of Lansing, where Michigan State is, where the university center is, like, that area is awesome. But then you go off to the outskirts of it. It's just like any other town. It's got some nice areas, some not so nice areas, some more industrial areas. But the town or the part of the town where the college campus is, I love it, man.
Yeah, I went to school in Boston for a couple years, but my brother went to Lynchburg, Virginia, Lynchburg University, and that was one of those towns. And we went down for sibling weekend one weekend, and there was one train in and one train out. And if you missed it, you were stuck.
That's about right.
We went to visit, we were traveling somewhere, and along the way was, and I don't know what town it's in, but James Madison University.
Oh, JMU, yeah.
JMU. We stopped through there because our friend, the Chapmans, their daughter was going to school there. And that was one of those, you pull into town, you're like, oh, yeah, college town. Yeah, for sure, college town.
Every restaurant is mostly fast food, or fast casual.
Now,
fast casual, yeah.
So the whole dynamic is that.
So they were looking for the towns that best combine natural beauty with laid-back atmosphere, much more than the campus. We're talking about small town charm, independent stores, local breweries and restaurants, coffee shops, and stuff like that. Places for kids to hang out that are going to school. So I have the top 10 most beautiful college towns in the United States.
You want to know why? Because knowledge is good.
Knowledge is good. Number one on this list, I'll rattle through these. We don't have a whole lot of time, but Ames, Iowa at Iowa State University is considered number one on this list. Casey, number two, Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
University of Wisconsin-Madison and Edgewood College as well. Which I told you, I had a friend who worked there and said it was just a beautiful town. I'd love to go.
Yeah, and I don't know why my daughter is so resistant to even go check it out.
Really?
Yeah, but my wife has been like, let's just go look. You don't even know yet.
Is she allergic to cheese?
No, no.
Is it because her old man is on her back?
Oh, my God, she loves cheese.
Charleston, South Carolina, College of Charleston, and Charleston Southern University.
I was down there. We were down there for a rugby tournament, so we spent a weekend, long weekend in Charleston. Cute little town, man. It really, really is nice. And they checked out the College of Charleston while they were down there.
Santa Barbara. You've been there before, Case, right?
No.
I have.
Ocella? I thought that was in Santa Barbara.
No. That's in Palm Springs. Spring? Wait.
Palm Springs.
Okay, yeah.
Palm Springs.
But you've been to Santa Barbara. Yeah. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
I hear it's stunning.
So many colleges in California. There's there was a college that I thought was one of the most beautiful I've ever been to. It was San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Then you have Georgetown, which is Washington, D.C. This is one of the more metropolitan ones.
If you're possessed, that is a good college to go to.
My daughter looked at Georgetown, is looking at Georgetown right now. She loved it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just expensive there. I don't know if you know that, but
just a tad.
Bellingham, Washington. Washington State.
Not heard of that.
It's home to Western Washington University, so I'm not familiar with that. Santa Cruz, California. University of California, Santa Cruz is there. Then you have Manhattan, Kansas. That's where Kansas State is, Kansas State University. And I've been there. That's college town.
Yeah.
It's all about basketball. It's
Yeah.
all about the sports and the school. Number 9 on this list is Syracuse.
Yeah, so
Syracuse University.
I literally just drove through there twice, and my niece goes to Syracuse, and my daughter was looking to go there. My daughter, but it doesn't make any sense for her major.
The upstate New York colleges, they're a lot of them are great, but you want to talk about like nothing around.
Yeah, Syracuse is big for like media studies.
Yeah, media.
A lot of people came out of there.
Yeah, but so my daughter's not going for media studies, and so literally what her major is looking to be, they don't even have it at Syracuse. I don't know why.
It's Yeti hunting.
I don't know why it was even on her radar to go. I think probably because my niece goes there. She's like, yeah, that was like number 1 on our list. That makes no sense for you.
So Columbia, Missouri is where University of Mizzou, University of Missouri is, and I spent time around. My friends were going to school there. I was partying.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school there, but I spent enough time there. I'd like to go back now because I thought it was a cool college town. It's one of those that's all about the school as well. But I wonder if I would have the same appreciation for it as an adult or not.
Take a few classes.
Now getting older adult. Yeah, right? I'm the new student. Hi, guys.
You got your varsity sweater on.
But going back to Syracuse, and this isn't a knock on it, just driving through it, looking around,
Didn't do much for you?
Wasn't that exciting?
Well, I mean, you said it was most beautiful. I don't know what was so beautiful about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all subjective.
Yeah, I guess.
And then number 10 on this list is Wellesley, Massachusetts. Wellesley College and Babson College. You familiar with that, Marissa?
Is it Wellesley?
It's WellesleY.
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 Yeah, we looked at that as well.
You did?
Yeah, it's just something I believe. I didn't go there personally, but I believe that is just west of Boston.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, really, everything else. East of Boston is the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's west of Boston.
When I was going to school in Boston, I literally had a dorm that was on the Commons. So, I just had a very expensive apartment building that looked over that. And I walked through the Commons past the State House to go to my classes. It was like in downtown Boston.
Wow. All right. And by the way, I got a text that says, if State College is there, I hope they mention the incredible access to all kinds of pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. I'm sure they do.
As we found out in the news this morning.
Yeah.
And really good ice
cocaine.
cream.
And really good ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, they have like a dairy store? Yeah, a lot of college campuses have that. So, yeah, Michigan State has that where, because they have agricultural studies and they have their own little ice cream store with the milk and all that stuff is provided. These kind of things are provided by cows on campus.
Yeah, Happy Valley Creamery. So I went up to
How's
Happy
your cattle population?
I went up there for the first time a summer or two ago with Matt, and he grew up, a lot of his family went there. So Happy Family Creamery is a really big thing for anybody who went to Penn State. And then anybody who is in that focus of schooling, you have to work at the creamery.
And then there was Happy Family cocaine dealers.
That's what I was wondering if they had an offshoot of that or not. All right, anyhow, well, it's move-in day for Temple, and I thought a little college combo might be kind of nice, at least, to acknowledge that. All right, we will take a break, come back in a second, and Bizarre File stories await you, my friend. So hang out for a moment. The hippo, do we know?
I think
Because Marissa, we went there like the first or second year we were here at MMR. We all went over there together to meet Button when she first showed up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
Got to be a full-blown hippo now.
If that's full status.
And you know what? They're simultaneously adorable, but they're
deadly.
Are deadly.
Yeah. They're awesome, though. They're really cool.
How long do hippos live? Because in 2019, Button turned 22. So that would make Button 22.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what their longevity is. I assume it's fairly long, but
it does seem to be a high-stress life.
There's that iconic photo of me, like Button's mouth completely wide open, and then my mouth next to it, my tongue ring hanging out.
I made you do that because at the time we had learned that you could put your whole fist in your mouth. Can you still do that, by the way?
I don't know. It's been a minute since I'm trying. I'm a married woman.
That would make you even
you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's when you stop doing it. The thing is that you could, a human adult could easily fit in that friggin' mouth, that hippo mouth. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought you meant my mouth.
All right, so if you want to help name the penguins, you can do that. You can check on the Adventure Aquarium website. All right, here's another thing.
I like this.
From the City Beat.
They're going to do some cocaine.
This happened shortly before we took a break, and I wanted to point this out. It's kind of an older story. You may know it, but I thought this was so cool. It's out of West Deptford, and somebody had sent me this story, and I forgot they were somehow or another, they knew the people involved. So when a lottery rep called John DiCarlo and told him that someone at his bar won over $590,000, he knew something was up. And it was from the Quick Draw game, a popular activity among patrons at Southwood Bar in West Deptford. Drawings take place every 4 minutes. And on the night of December 8th, a New Jersey lottery rep informed DiCarlo that someone in his establishment won that $100,000 that afternoon. But something was up. Nobody at the bar that day indicated that they were holding a big winner. And maybe the lucky patron didn't want anybody to know. They secured a large sum of money, stuff like that. But maybe they didn't realize that they won the ticket and was discarded and possibly gone for good.
Yeah, how do you go about finding that person?
Listen to this. So what ensued was a man's holiday season journey of detective work, dumpster diving, and rummaging through piles of garbage to reunite a life-changing slip of paper buried in chicken wing residue with its rightful owner. That's right. So DiCarlo said that there were multiple people playing that day. He said it took a little detective work to get down to that individual and then take a chance. Do I dive into that dumpster or not? He said, because it may very well not be there. So the way the game works, ticket holders can select up to 10 numbers between 1 and 80. 20 of those numbers are drawn every 4 minutes, and players can select their wagers and how many draws they want to play. Most players at the bar only select 1 or 2 numbers, which yields a smaller prize, but you're far more likely to match a couple of numbers in all 10. Each ticket features a second progressive game underneath, and for an extra fee, players can win a growing jackpot by matching all 10 numbers. And to bet $1, you can win 10% of the prize. Bet $5, you win 50%. Bet $10 to win it all. DiCarlo admits that he didn't know about that part until the lottery rep had called, and that's when he learned that a patron had bet $5 on the progressive jackpot, which had been nearly $1.2 million. Few people pay attention to it since it's a tough win, you know?
Yeah.
He said, so I called my bartender, and I said, did anybody go jumping for joy? He said, for most folks, that would be a significant, semi-life-changing event, and they're like, no, nobody did anything. So he and his wife, Denise, the co-owner, were in alignment, and they were going to do whatever it took to find that lottery ticket and give it to the winner, but they didn't know who won. The jackpot was won at 3:16 p.m. that day, so DiCarlo examined his bar security footage from that period. He narrowed it down to a few people and then selected a possible patron. The footage showed that the customer with a ticket folded over the edge of the bar, which was later brought to the trash. And he said, I couldn't see it in the camera if it hit the trash or not, but I thought if that's a ticket, they didn't claim it, it's not in their wallet, there's a good chance it's going to be there. So he decided to search the dumpster the following day. And so he apparently it was reported that morning, media outlets, that there was a winner there. And so everybody started calling him and saying somebody at the bar won. He's like, I know about it.
with calls.
So he got into the dumpster. He took out 10 bags of trash. He put them in the back of his car. He took them home. And then he started going through he went through almost every bag, and he couldn't find anything.
He did find Lenny Dykstra's dentures.
Finally.
That's where they were.
But he said after going through those bags, it's etched in me now that we did pretty good on wing night. So I was going through blue cheese, and I ultimately found one ticket in the bottom of those bags. It was ripped in half, and it was drenched in hot sauce. I looked at the number. It didn't match. It was at the bottom of the bag, so I thought, I don't know, maybe it's not here. Or maybe he missed it. And he decided to search contents 2 or 3 more times before changing gloves, and he decided to get back in there. He said, I lifted a couple of napkins at the bottom of the bag. I looked. There was something balled up. I pulled it out. It was wet and messy, but I carefully brought it out, and there were 2 or 3 tickets. I laid them out, and I looked, and sure enough, one of them was the winning ticket.
Listen, and this is not for him. It's for someone else.
It was for somebody else.
Out of the blue, motivated to do this. That says a lot about this guy.
My question is this. Does he have rightful claim to that ticket? Does he have to find the patron who bought that? Or,
in other words,
could that have been him? Yeah. Because they actively threw it away. That is a very good question. But they did pay for it.
Yeah.
So he's not that type of person.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and he could have easily.
I mean, that amount of money can change someone's life.
That person didn't know that they threw away a winning ticket, Ryan.
So I'm kind of having an existential crisis because this bar is actually down the street from my local watering hole back home. So there's a bar up the street called Captain's Corner, which is one of my absolute favorites. And just I'm thinking about all the times, like, you know, I like ex's dads would go in there. Like it's one of those like drive by and you miss kind of places, but I think I might start attending this place if there's going to be lottery tickets to be had.
And a staff nice enough to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
So he called the winner, and the winner wants to remain anonymous, but he asked if they played the lottery, and the winner said, yeah, but I didn't win. And he said, not so fast. And he explained it to him, and he set him up with it. And I have no idea if obviously this person needs to give him some type of a reward for going to that great
I think
length.
you'd have to.
I mean, at least like 10 grand or something like that, right?
Or at least let him lick the chicken sauce off.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he gets a fee, like when the PA lottery or any of those lotteries hit, they get like 10% or something.
Yeah, maybe he's going to get something,
and
but
maybe
he needs more.
Yeah.
He deserves more.
But that might be why the lottery actually called him. to begin with.
Good point.
Yeah.
To issue that, sell those tickets there. It's a good point. Yeah, and it's a good motivation for him to go find it because if he does get something, it's in his best interest.
Here's another question. All right, so they call him and they're going to do. Here's your percentage of the win because you're the facility that sold it. Do you need to have? They know that it was sold there. Does it matter if the recipient or the person who bought the ticket?
Good question.
That's a whole other aspect of it, right?
I wonder if it's not redeemed, if the place that sold it still gets that bonus or not. It's a good question. But I thought that was a great story.
It is a good story.
Somebody doing the right thing. So I wanted to pass that along. So kudos to you, John DiCarlo, and the gang at Southwood Bar. I thought that was cool. All right, something else from City Beat. The Atlantic City Expressway is going to stop accepting cash at all its tolls on Sunday. That's when it starts. And drivers without an Easy Pass will be billed more than double the fare amount per trip.
They're going to make you do it.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm having such a struggle right now with Easy Pass. I just had to re-up everything because you got to go on. It's not easy to navigate.
Okay.
But it says it right in the name.
No, it's not.
Their website is just not user friendly.
It is not. It's not. And also so I don't know if my transponder's bad or what the deal is, but I re-upped everything, and then we literally just went through the tolls over the Christmas break, and the day before, I re-upped everything, and then when we went through the tolls, it says pay, unpaid, and then it took my picture, and as it took my picture, I'm looking at the camera like, what's going on? Like, come on, I just paid all this stuff.
You had a similar situation probably about a year plus ago, and it was Jersey, right? And then I had my thing with my Easy Pass for a car that had been stolen, my wife's car.
All right, so before we get fully into the weekend, wrap up the week, I have to empty the junk drawer. Just get
It's the junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, thank you, Kyle Mack, for doing that jingle. And Steve, you should sing backups for Minute by Minute.
I think so.
His
I
band.
think if they want to be less successful, that would be the move.
All right, let me dig in here. And, there's something. All right, so if you want to stay on the moon and you have a few $1 million burning a hole in your pocket, well, a Silicon Valley startup called GRU Space is now taking reservations for a lunar hotel that it plans to open around 2030.
And this is the company that invented Flex Seal.
That's them.
Yeah.
Woo doggy. Deposits range from $250,000 to $1 million, and the total cost of a stay could top $10 million once the ship is included in that, the actual rocket that will take you up there. So the hotel would start as inflatable habitats that can hold up to 4 guests for multi-day visits.
So we're talking elaborate bounce houses.
Guess so.
I don't know how down I am with that.
Guests could take part in moonwalks, drive rovers, and even play lunar golf. Founder Skylar Chan, who started the company at age 22, sees the project as a first step toward humans living in space long term.
Listen, if things were along, and I'm talking about we've beta tested and a number of people have gone up and it's now an actual thing.
Right.
Would you do it if you had the resource?
Probably. What now? I'd be wary of the of the ship exploding.
The
or
risk,
something going wrong.
Right.
But if it became fairly commonplace, which it's not going to in my lifetime, I would probably consider it. Now, you also have to be very wealthy in order to do it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's never going to be inexpensive. Because
Well, you just sold those shot glasses from the Kentucky Derby.
But the fuel is so expensive, and that's what it takes to get people up there. So I don't know. How about you?
Yes, it would be a dream come true, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Not in my lifetime.
There's a pretty good book. I didn't love it. All right, thanks, Chris. I've set aside some stories to share with you, and we're going to do it now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Nifty 50s. Hundreds of award-winning shakes, juicy burgers, and fresh-cut fries. That's Nifty 50s. 10 area locations, no fee delivery on the app. Nifty 50s, taste the memories. Let's start in Delaware, shall we?
Let's do that.
Delaware environmental officials responded to Broadkill Beach Monday evening after a beachgoer found a small object that was marked with the word radioactive that had washed ashore.
What the hell?
DNREC says its emergency response and environmental crimes unit responded to the beach after the object was reported on August 10th. Officials say that they detected trace levels of radiation coming from the object.
This looks really cool, doesn't it? I think I'm going to keep it.
Why don't you get it to a necklace? Hang that around your neck right there.
Look at what I found on the beach. Excuse me, could you hand me my Adam's apple?
The emergency response
pooping tar
secured the item after consulting with the Delaware Division of Public Health and arranged for it to be disposed of as hazardous material.
Think about, how do you, they had the sort of ability to determine that it was radioactive. What if someone had not and collected it up?
Several other, they could have turned in the lobster man for all we know.
I live in the bay.
Several other agencies responded as part of the state's emergency response plan.
Crab shrimp poppers.
All responding units were cleared by from the scene by 7 p.m. Officials did not provide additional information about what the object was, where it may have come from, or how long it had been in the water.
Stand by all this radioactive material that's just randomly ending up all over the place.
All right, a former Amarillo pastor was indicted following his arrest in a prostitution sting.
Oh, no.
This is in Texas, yeah.
I have sinned.
The jury indicted David Austin Ritchie on a charge of solicitation of prostitution.
Does it specifically say not to do that in the Bible?
We may want to check the
fine print. It could be a gray area here.
Ritchie, the former senior pastor of Redeemer Christian Church, was among 8 men arrested during a June undercover operation conducted by the Texas Department of Public Safety. The church fired Ritchie after learning of his arrest. He had served as senior pastor since 2011.
What's the whole prostitution ring?
The cases against the other 6 men arrested in the sting remain pending. They didn't say what if they got him at a rub and tug, or if he was out in a car, or I don't know what, but nonetheless he was
pray and stay.
Pray and stay. Please, a handy. Please, God. All right. In Florida, investigators are asking for the public's help to find 3 suspects accused of traveling the country and stealing from the dead.
Oh, man.
Detectives say the group targeted cemeteries.
The dead are just good for fat to use in your injections.
Breaking into niches that hold cremated remains and taking family heirlooms left with loved ones.
Niches got stitches.
They do, don't they? Items that can be priceless to grieving relatives. I assume that's how you say it. Niches. It's not niches. Maybe it's niches. I don't know. Niches. Authorities have identified the suspects as Drake Lee Millam, his girlfriend Portia Bancroft, and Bancroft's mother, Angela Garrett.
I wonder how often stuff like this happens, where people will get buried with jewelry and family heirlooms.
Keepsakes, yeah. Investigators say all 3 have warrants and can be extradited back to Florida to face charges. The alleged thefts have struck a nerve for families who believe their loved ones' resting places were secure. Investigators say that items taken may include jewelry and keepsakes placed inside of the niches, such as wedding rings, stolen for a quick profit. Statewide officials said there are at least 20 reported cases in Florida, but detectives believe the number could be higher. Investigators said the suspects are believed to live in Indianapolis, but may have committed similar crimes in at least 9 states. Officials are urging families to check their loved one's resting place to make sure that items are still secure.
They need more snitches revealing who the bitches are who are stealing the niches.
They're offering a reward up to $5,000 for information leading to an arrest.
I never thought about it. I wonder how prominent or not is grave robbing a thing?
Well, I guess maybe on places where you don't have to dig, and I think that's what these
like
things are.
Like in a mausoleum or something where,
Niches.
Yeah. Niches, man.
Niches, man.
Niches, man. Niches, right?
Niches, not ditches.
Yeah.
I said niche.
I
said bitch.
I forgot about that clip. I said niche. Niche.
I says,
All right, in Pennsylvania, state police investigators are providing additional details on what led to the double fatal crash that took place in Brady Township last Wednesday. The driver of an SUV, 55-year-old Bernadette Cobb from Brick, New Jersey, reportedly claimed that she was distracted by a bug that flew into her vehicle just prior to the collision. While attempting to swat the bug away, investigators say Cobb reportedly veered in the opposite lane. And she was on on Route 322, striking head on into a motorcycle that was operated by 34-year-old Anthony Sones. Police say the crash also resulted in the death of a second motorcycle rider who was identified as Miranda Warmoth. Investigators noted that Cobb's New Jersey license had an ignition interlock restrictor. However, there was no evidence that she was impaired at the time of the crash. When questioned, police say Cobb told investigators that she and her male passenger were returning from a cleaning job when she became distracted and freaked out over a bug that had flown into her SUV. Investigators say Cobb admitted to momentarily having her head down while trying to swat the bug away, resulting in her turning the wheel into the oncoming lane. State police also noted the movement of impact occurred on the crest of a hill, preventing the victims from being able to avoid the collision.
I don't doubt
I can see it happening.
That stuff like that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had stuff fly into the car and like, whoa, or like a bee or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your immediate natural reaction is swat, get away, duck, whatever. Authorities add that neither Cobb nor her passenger were injured in the crash. Cobb is now facing over a dozen charges. And there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, we're going to take a break. But you know what? I'm going to give away a $50 Dunkin' gift card.
Nice.
And this is so you can refresh your summer. And you can do it with MMR and Dunkin'. Just head to the contest page. You can enter for a chance to win a visit from the MM Army at your worksite for a Dunkin' refresher break for your crew. So we'll take caller number 19, 610-660-9333. Don't forget that you can cool down all summer long at Dunkin' with Dunkin' Refreshers available in so many delicious flavors like the new pink pineapple, or you can try a fan favorite like mango pineapple, strawberry dragon fruit, or black cherry. It is a sip of summer only at Dunkin'. So caller number 19, we are going to take care of you. We'll come back in a second. We'll give more away. If you had a lesson question, we'll get trash and music news too, so stay put. It's called Artemis, and it is the same author that gave us The Martian and Project Hail Mary, and it's all about a moon base essentially, and it's gotten to the point where it's a full... it's an indoor complex where it's not just a place to stay, but there's entertainment and all kinds of things. It's big enough.
Is it a community like a biosphere?
Yeah, it's like that. And people can travel up, and it's a travel destination.
Right.
And then you can take trips out to go and see, where the first lunar landing was, because all that stuff is still out
tourism.
there. And they use it as tourism. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
I think the idea, if we want to, you and I go into business and we make sure that there is a retro Pizza Hut on the moon.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
Oh,
great?
my God, yes, for sure. And there would have to be a replica of the diner from Spaceballs.
Yes.
For sure. You walk in and they're playing Van Halen. And
I mean, it kind of sucks that our moon's kind of boring. Like, why couldn't we get Europa?
Europa is
frozen.
It's all frozen. It's liquid.
I know, but
you can go skating while you're up there, skiing and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's activities.
And hot chocolate tastes best.
Isn't it colorful, though, Europa?
It's white.
Oh, is it white?
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
All right.
So listen, the moon, don't give short shrift to the moon. The moon's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And we're finding that there's water in some of the craters on the dark side, and there's all sorts of things. Plus, moon gorillas.
I mean, it's kind of a desert, but the craters give it a landscape of sorts. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a variety of colors. But I don't know. What do you want, man?
Yeah, come on, man, get off our back. The Sea of Tranquility. They were when they were landing, they were just how many yards away from a crater that was pretty deep.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong had to use it manually. Had to get them out of that area. You want to see a great series, and I'm most of the way through it again, probably for the fifth time or so, is From the Earth to the Moon. And the second trip up, they got much more specific on where they landed.
Yes,
They proved that they could navigate to a very specific spot. But that first time, with Buzz and Neil, Steve, they were just kind of
to the second.
They were just kind of hoping they could put it down somewhere safe.
Second trip up, they landed near the diner. So
Yeah, exactly. And that inspired Spaceballs. for that scene. So anyhow, the hotel doesn't exist yet, obviously. But the company says that it's not stopping people from already signing up. So people are on board.
Do you know what they should do? In like Blazing Saddles fashion, put in a toll, like, get it
all
set.
the way up. But I mean, these people are putting these deposit downs. I hope they are refundable deposits.
Yeah.
But some are spending up to $1 million to make sure that they have, essentially a spot in line.
So you have FU to the FU money.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be billionaires, that are doing this type of thing. So, but anyhow, if you're interested in that, you can look into GRU Space or GRU Space, GRU.
Oh, for Invincible Me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what else. Costco members can tap into even more perks of the membership through an electronic device trade-in program that they've started. So if you have old electronics that you're not using, you can consider trading them into Costco instead of storing them indefinitely or throwing them away. The program is powered by Phobio, a specialist in the trade industry. Potential rewards for devices range up to $2,550 for laptops. And Costco accepts a wide variety of brands, including Apple, Samsung, and Google. The 6 product categories that you can trade in are phone, laptop, tablet, smartwatch, desktop, and media player.
So I assume that they're doing some sort of vetting where they check like to see if the device is functional on a basic level, right?
I don't know. I think they want the components.
They just want the components.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I have like 6 old laptops.
As do I.
I have a gazillion iPhones.
I've always been trepidatious about throwing
because
them
of personal
away.
information.
Personal information.
Yeah,
Listen,
Rochelle's the same way. I'm like, I think it's too much work for somebody to go mining into my
Agreed.
laptop and
It's-
find anything that's worth a damn.
And I know it's unhinged. Others I've completely destroyed it. I'm fine. If you beat the crap out of the hard drive, you're good. But I still just kind of hold on to them.
But if you can get $2,500 worth of merch from Costco,
I'm just I want to see what
totally
the
worth it.
parameters are. What exactly they want.
I'm on the website now, and it looks like you select. So you get a quote before you do anything, and you have to answer a couple questions. So it probably says, does it turn on?
Right.
Does it hold a charge? Things like that.
Are you horny?
I don't know if that has to do anything.
Why did you ask that?
All right, so to participate, all you have to do is fill out a form, like Marissa said. It's on the Phobio's website. Details such as brand, original purchase date of your item, its condition, and then you can get an instant quote. From there, you can print a shipping label and prepare your device for shipment. It includes steps like wiping it, packing it, securing it, and getting it to a shipping service.
I'm glad to hear that Phobio, who is a failed romance novel model,
He was Fabio's cousin.
Fabio's cousin. Phobio just didn't have the same chops.
So once Costco and Phobio get your device, they'll take a look at it. They'll make sure it's clean. They'll prep your payout. And as a reward, you'll get a digital Costco shop card that you can use toward your favorite Costco purchases in the warehouse or online. The whole process takes somewhere between 9 and 15 business days.
That's actually pretty good. How did they just start this, or?
Yeah, I just saw this yesterday.
All right.
So Costco's program not only provides savings, but also helps reduce demand for new minerals used in manufacturing electronics. That makes them beneficial for both your wallet and the environment.
Is this solely for Costco members?
Yes. And so it says companies can extract valuable materials from old devices, such as gold, as well as important ones used in lithium-ion batteries. And that's why it's tremendous waste that so much old electronics go to waste, leaving an estimated $62 billion in value on the table. Trading in old electronics is also important in keeping hazardous materials out of landfills. Poorly managed e-waste can leach dangerous chemicals such as mercury and lead, thereby contaminating soil and water.
How about that?
Yeah.
Because they always have those mass, like the office complex here will have a digital garbage day where they'll come by with, I guess, shredders and bulk erasers and things of that nature and get rid of it for you. But if you could get paid for it.
Yeah, I've turned in, we had old PCs that we got rid of through that very thing, and I think it might have been here.
Do you remember what they did? I mean, did they?
They just took it from me. I don't remember what kind of guarantee they gave you that, that any data was going to be was not going to be compromised. So I just remember I felt okay doing it. So
Somewhere in Russia, there are guys sitting around your computer going, this guy really likes Sporty Spice.
So, yeah, if you're interested, check through Costco. But I thought that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
You know? All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, I found this one. I thought about putting this in the Just Saying Institute, but we'll do this here. A biopharmaceutical company is looking for ways to slim down household pets. Okava Pharmaceuticals in San Francisco plans to introduce this week a new GLP-1 clinical weight loss study for cats. It's called Meow 1. And
to be honest, this is could be a good thing.
Yeah, they will look to use OKV-119, which is a miniature implant in cats, which will deliver the GLP-1 continuously for up to 6 months.
Because one of the hardest things to do is to get an obese animal to lose weight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, our male dog he's overweight.
Yeah.
And he loves to eat, and it's hard to
especially when you have another pet in the house.
Yeah, it's hard to keep that from happening. So Meow 1 is the first ever weight loss trial using this approach on household pets. The study is going to examine up to 50 cats who will take the implant and have their weight studied at 3 months on the drug, though the cats will remain under evaluation for 6 months, according to Okava CEO Michael Klotzman.
If they can get a handle on this, how soon before we're having cats inject oil to give them fake muscles?
Klotzman said that the goal would be to file for FDA approval for the product between 2027 and 28, and the target is for the product to cost owners an out-of-pocket payment around $100 a month. The company says weight is a particular important issue among felines, as over 50% of domestic household cats are overweight or clinically obese.
Yeah, we've had a few, that are on the heavier side, and you work hard and you try to do the best you can for them. But now we now have 7 remaining.
Seeing the big, the ones that look like sumo wrestlers, crack me up.
Yeah.
They're
big fat
They're
cats.
so funny. Okava will use exenatide as its GLP-1 for the study. A different ingredient than is used for popular weight loss drugs for humans. Ozempic uses semaglutide, and Mounjaro uses a trizepatide.
So what popular song will they rip off for the cat version of Ozempic?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Cats in the Cradle?
The company
it's not peppy enough.
Claims several advantages to using the drug on pets over using traditional diet or exercise regimens. Some of the pros that the company cites are reduced risk of diabetes through improved glucose metabolism and decreased osteoarthritic pain.
Stray cat strut.
And inflammation. There you go. It's Papa Roach, 93.3 WMMR. Brain Dead. As we are zipping into the 10 o'clock hour on this Tuesday morning, time just flying by, but we still have more things to keep you around, including our Word of the Week prize, getting you a letter, this very cool VIP Rush hookup for the Sunday show this weekend. Before all of that, though, we have a lesson question prize, and that is a $50 gift card to Nifty 50s.
Nice.
One of our favorite places.
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask a stupid question that was just a few minutes ago. Sometimes we'll go back to the 6 o'clock hour, 7 o'clock hour. This one's from, 15 minutes ago.
Wow.
What type of establishment is like a rub and tug, but for preachers? 610-660-9333 is our number. Steve just said this a moment ago. What type of establishment is like a rub and tug, but for preachers? 610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
And it is brought to you by Dermatology Associates of Plymouth Meeting. A clinical research study for alopecia areata is enrolling at Dermatology Associates of Plymouth Meeting. Ages 12 and up. Details at PlymouthMeetingDermatology.com. Steve, what's going on?
Well, Preston, the Unwell Beverage Company, created by Call Her Daddy podcast host Alex Cooper, is shutting down after just 2 years. Cooper made the decision after a recent product survey indicated most people would rather drink hobo piss.
Hey!
Vanderpump Rules star Jax Taylor and his publicist girlfriend Lori Krebs were seen dining at the exclusive Laurel Tavern on Thursday night. And because it was the Jax Taylor, the couple was seated in under an hour and got a very exclusive table by the swinging kitchen doors.
Oh my God.
And finally, Cardi B calling Bia's current diss track claims about her completely untrue. Apparently, in the track Pretty and Petty, Bia bemoans B's bombastic bullying and barbarism. That's your Hollywood trash.
All right, we will attempt to get ourselves a winner. We're looking for the answer to the question, what type of establishment is like a rub and tug, but for preachers? And we have Jay that thinks he knows. Hi, Jay, you're on the air. Good morning, my man.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, Jay, what's like a rub and tug, but for preachers?
Pray and stay.
Just like that. All right, and we are going to set you up with a $50 gift card to our friends at Nifty 50s. 10-time best Philly winner, Nifty 50s with mouth-watering burgers, fresh cut fries, hundreds of milkshakes, and handcrafted sodas. Coming soon to Oakland, New Jersey, locations at nifty50s.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, got two stories for you this morning, and they both have to do with injuries of a sort. Axl Rose took to the stage at MetLife Stadium this past Wednesday and sang for 3 hours. But days before, he had undergone a procedure to fix temporomandibular joint disorder, a mouthful of a diagnosis that left the left side of his mouth numb and unresponsive. He had said on stage, I had really crazy TMJ. He said, when I'm singing, it's kind of like, and then he did an interview. He said, when I'm singing, it's kind of like somebody's in my ear, like Bugs Bunny is eating in my ear a carrot and celery, and its stuff is popping around.
And that's really happening?
Yeah. The 60, well, not the Bugs Bunny thing, but the 64-year-old singer laid it out for the crowd of 40,000. Surgery happened just a couple of days before the concert.
The next song is called Sweet Child of Mine.
He said, so now the left side of my mouth is still effing numb.
That's weird.
And he said, it gets interesting. It's challenging. TMJ disorders wreak havoc on the jaw joint muscles that control chewing. For a rock vocalist, it's pretty difficult. He said, none of the doctors, none of the dentists, said there's really no way to describe what you do. And with TMJ, they tell you, try not to chew. He's like, okay, I won't eat, I guess.
You also have to fight the urge to keep saying, what's up, doc?
Second, you really can't describe, he said, you stretch your face in so many ways trying to sing like I do. He said, so you hear all these sounds while you're singing. And he's referring to the popping noises.
Yeah, I could see that being very distracting.
And he said, you hear sounds that make you go, I really probably shouldn't be doing what I'm doing because that sounds like my jaw is going to fall off or go to the side or get stuck that way. He said, which would be pretty funny. Rose has a history of powering through sickness. Back in November 2018 at a show in Abu Dhabi, he had confessed to the audience that he had been vomiting for about 5 hours before stepping on stage. But he didn't puke in Dubai.
No.
Just in Abu Dhabi.
The way the Abu Dhabi do.
Yeah. All right, and then... I still love that. One last story has to do with Youngblood.
Youngblood, your fave.
He's powering through a leg injury to keep his tour going with a little help from a bottle of whiskey. The UK singer hurt himself in a dirt bike accident at the Sturgis rally in South Dakota. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Where he was seen riding around before his gig last week. He played that night with a visible limp, telling the crowd that he had injured his leg and was performing against doctor's orders. And then he grabbed a bottle of Jack Daniels and took a big swig off of it to dull the pain. A few days later, he posted a photo on Instagram showing himself on crutches with his leg heavily bandaged, insisting that he would not miss his upcoming festival shows in Portugal and Belgium. He wrote that his leg was wrecked, but he was still gigging, sorry. He was still gigging and still standing, sort of, promising fans that that he said it would be mad.
He's got a powerful rock and roll giggle.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have for you. Just two quick stories in music news. Yeah. One more break to take before we wrap up our program for the day. And, of course, as the aforementioned letter of the day will appear, you better stay there because we'll have it from Matt Cord when we get back. Stay with us. As among the advantages cited are enhanced cardiovascular function and better insulin sensitivity.
Yeah. So I wonder what the availability now is of the non-injectable. Because now every company is coming out with some sort of weight loss drug because everyone weighs out the pros and cons of getting on it, whether we talked about microdosing or whatever.
Right.
They're seeing the advantages.
Yeah, Wegovy's the only one that's
pill form?
Pill form.
Okay.
Right now.
All
There's another one on the road.
The company also says that early studies have proven that the implant and GLP-1 treatment is safe and beneficial to pets.
Yes, do you carry pussy pills?
No, we only do the injections, sir. We just do the pussy injections. Beyond just cats, Okava plans to study dogs next, too.
Yeah, why not?
They said the medicine works similarly in pets as it does in humans.
For my experience over the years has been you're more likely to find a corpulent cat than a puffy puppy.
They said pet owners should expect to see meaningful behavioral changes in their animals. Most notably, pets will become less food motivated.
Right.
They'll show less begging behavior.
Yes.
Reduced scavenging and better portion control.
But Press, you have your dogs are siblings, and
yes.
You feed them at the same time. Why is one bigger, fatter than the other?
So not only fatter, just bigger in general.
All right.
So there has to be. They're not pure Yorkies.
Okay.
There's some other bloodline in there, and we think that in the genetic milkshake that happens when they're being created, that Haley, the female, had to have gotten some Chihuahua in there because she's smaller. She's more intense in her she's more hyperactive, like you said, and her snout looks a little bit different.
Okay,
but they're both from the same litter. She just came out a little different.
Is it possible they're Saint Bernard Yorkies?
Saint Bernard Yorkies, quite possible. I don't know if I see any Saint Bernard in there or not. But anyhow, I thought that was a cool idea that they're gonna do weight control for cats.
Long-term health prospects. It's good.
Yeah. All right, back into the junk show. All right, I saw this story out of China. Parents have found a new way to pressure their kids into getting married, and it involves AI-generated videos. These clips, which are flooding platforms like Weibo, show fake older people expressing regret about not starting families when they were younger. And in one viral video, an AI-created 58-year-old woman sits alone during hospital visits while other patients have family members caring for them. Another shows a 56-year-old character wishing that she had listened to her parents. And I saw this, and I was wondering if the pressure to get married is still really as much of a thing as it used to be.
Well, I think particularly with China, they're countering their, one child or their child limitation rules. They find themselves with the population, even though they have a huge population, they're fighting a lot of issues that came with all of those rules in the 90s. So, but that's a good question, Preston. Is there the pressure if you are? You talk about globally, right? I mean, just in general.
Yeah, already here.
Yeah,
And, the people listening right now, because I remember a friend of mine who, we're the same age.
Yeah.
I remember him telling me when we were in probably our early 30s that his parents were really pushing. Hey, you're not married yet.
I never had that.
We really want some grandkids, and
in fact, my advice was, please don't ever get married. Don't have kids.
No, but and I was like, wow, really? You're getting that? I'd never gotten that from my parents, but because it says here not just about having kids, but just about getting married.
Getting married
in particular, and I know obviously times have changed. Specifically, that. There was a time where women needed to find a man to help support them because women were really commonplace in the workforce, and so therefore, if you didn't find a breadwinner, you were going to be stuck with your family and having to take money from them.
There's a big indicator of that in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, where Mary hasn't gotten married. You're not going to like it. She's an old maid.
She's an old maid. Yeah.
I mean, women couldn't get credit cards until the 70s.
Yeah. So,
but they had their own cigarette.
Oh,
Virginia
come a long
Slims.
way,
Yeah.
baby.
Somebody had to buy them for us, but
Baby. You've come a long way,
Baby. You got your own cancer stick.
Oh, my God. But I'm just not sure if it
I think some
exists.
cultures are probably you're going to feel it a little bit more.
Certainly, yeah. And maybe China is one of those. China saw marriage registrations drop more than 20% in 2024, with just 6.1 million couples tying the knot, which has parents worried, apparently. While some commenters are cheering on the trend and asking for more videos, young people mostly find it funny. Many say the fact that parents had to use AI because they couldn't find real people to share these regrets says a lot.
That doesn't say a lot about your message.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, man.
Yep. All right, back into the drawer of the junk. All right, here's one. Speaking of having kids, this is according to Kate Stone. She's a mother and is breaking down which extracurricular activities are most helpful for getting kids into college. I don't know. She is, hang on a second, college admission process. She's a professional who's built a career on guiding students. So
she's a madam.
Yeah, she's a she's a college admissions expert.
I see.
So,
Okay.
yeah, sorry about that.
Is crew in there rowing?
Well, let's start at the beginning, and then I'll get to that. While being involved at a school is great, not all extracurriculars are created equal. Anything that thousands of kids are doing is always going to be less helpful for you, she says. And it's not that you should completely avoid popular extracurriculars, though. It just means that you have to bring something creative or differentiated to it.
So these things they're gonna stoke your chances of getting into a college, right? It's going to help you with that process.
Yeah.
I assume promoting college basketball gambling is not one of them.
Probably not. The college admissions expert recently ranked a handful of popular high school activities according to their value, and she did it out of a ranking out of 10.
All right.
So 10 being the best. So I'll give you a couple of these on here. So in an application to a top-tier university, if you're a newspaper editor, that's like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. My daughter did that at her high school newspaper.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
Which daughter?
Oh, Casey.
All right.
She's in college.
And that helped her out?
Yeah.
Okay. Robotics is a 3 out of 10.
So if your daughter's a robot.
Student council is 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Winning academic competitions, that's an 8 out of 10.
So it's a big one.
Yeah. And so academic competition, so, math clubs and things like that.
These kind of things.
So these things. Playing viola, a 9 out of 10.
Why the viola?
Playing the violin is 3 out of 10.
What?
Why?
I guess fewer people play the viola.
All right, hang on.
What about the guitar?
The viola is slightly larger than a violin.
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask the question.
and like deeper, right? Like the sound.
Well, yeah, because it's larger. It has it's got a lower register.
All right,
to it.
so hang on a second. Then what's that compared to a cello?
Well, a cello is even larger. So
Okay.
it's got a lower timbre to it.
All right.
And remember, a manwich is a meal.
Yeah, but it tastes like what is it?
Looks like a sneaker, tastes like a meal.
No,
Wait, which one? The sneaker one or the meal?
The manwich.
it's something is something, but a manwich is a meal.
meal.
A burger's a burger, but a manwich is a meal. Maybe is that
Something
what it was?
like that, yeah.
It's our buddies, the Hooters, on MMR. Little dancing always did you good, right? It's 10:26 as we are coming to the end of the program today. A fun one on a Tuesday morning. Anytime we can have a good time on a Tuesday, I call that a win.
That is a win.
Tuesdays are kind of that blah day. Weather-wise, it's cloudy right now. Supposedly going to be partly cloudy at some point during the day, going up to around 90-ish degrees, and we're hot again tomorrow. But then Thursday, some thunderstorms come through, and then our temperatures are going to level off for a bit. High 81 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pretty much is what we're looking at. So we deserve the relief. I would like to thank our one and only guest this morning, Modi. His full name is Mordecai, as you were saying, Mordecai. Super nice guy, very funny. And he's at Ocean Resort in Atlantic City on Saturday. You can get tickets at Modi Live. Modi Live, M-O-D-I is how you spell that, ModiLive.com. And otherwise, we just Oh, we talked about farts from Brazilian bikini waxes.
We didn't say that it is not something that occurs, but it's not the epidemic we might have thought it was.
Yeah, well, at least this one influencer kind of indicated it's not quite that. But
we got that story from Matt Cord, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he likes.
Glad I missed that segment.
He likes poop mainly. But, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
How are you guys?
Good. You're very color coordinated today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You're wearing a
Keenan's
North Wildwood
yeah,
shirt.
man.
And it's kind of a baby blue, and so is your Jeff cap that you're wearing.
Jeff cap, kind of, yeah.
I like that.
It's a good color for you, man.
I had, over the weekend, I found somebody in my house, I don't know if it was Carter or Caleb, had a Jeff cap, and I put it on just to wear it for the day around my house. I don't think that look works on me.
Some of them work, some of them don't.
Yeah.
I just found this brand, and I love it.
Okay.
Like, they're not.
Who makes that?
I'll tell you.
Let's see.
It's Alamaki and Company, made in Italy.
Okay. Oh, made in Italy.
Yeah, yeah. And I like getting them a little larger for my head.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It feels better. I don't like it when they're tight.
They work on you. They definitely,
you.
that's a good look for you.
Thank you.
Also, does baby blue not work on anybody? I feel like that's everybody's best color.
It's a cool color.
It is a cool color.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't wear green on everybody or yellow or
Yeah.
So, and then Keenan's, we were there last week. We rode by, and it was too early in the morning to see Scott. There was like yoga classes going on inside.
At Keenan's?
Yeah.
Inside?
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All these girls coming out with yoga mats. I'm like, a little different than Preston and Steve.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
You know, they do a mass there. They have a church, a priest giving mass on Irish weekend.
No, I can see that.
Yes.
In the bar.
In the bar.
Wow.
What are the rules on that?
I don't know.
Right. You get a host with a beer, I guess.
I guess.
Well, listen, I know because my kids all went to Catholic school, and they at certain functions, fundraising functions, they would offer up mass at your house. Like Christmas or something along those lines. So you didn't have to go out and because everybody goes to mass on Christmas. So they would offer that up. So I don't know, maybe
gives the baptism of beer a whole new meaning.
Totally. Completely sanctioned.
You get an actual priest out for that.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. All right, well, Matt, we rely upon you for a letter.
Yes.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
U as in urgent.
Urgent.
Dun, 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 dun.
Foreigner.
All
right, we have a pair of Closer to the Heart VIP experience tickets to Rush, the 50-something tour, Sunday, August 23rd, this Sunday, Xfinity Mobile Arena, and this is the ultimate upgrade. Give you access to the official Rush Xanadu VIP pre-show lounge, and you can connect with other Rush fans amongst memorabilia from previous tours, along with one VIP exclusive merchandise item and VIP check-in as well. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster, so give that away on Thursday.
I heard you're going with like a buddy to see Rush.
Yeah, my best friend Steve is in town from St. Louis, and he's actually never seen them live.
Wow.
So I'm taking him. We're going. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It's going to be like I Love You, Man, all over.
Yeah. Except they're both fans.
Yeah. Big time fans. Should be cool.
And you won't have backstage passes.
No, well, unless we make them ourselves.
Yeah,
we
it's true.
could create that.
Yeah. We have the blocks today. Warren Zevon will be one of our blocks. And I got the archive cut from Werewolves of Bryn Mawr.
Yeah.
And I have an archive cut of Lawyers, Guns, and Money when DeBella used to do the Morning Zoo in Atlantic City.
Oh, wow.
And he played there live.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Also Santana, because on this date in 1969, they played the Electric Factory.
Man.
They were called the Santana Blues Band.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 2 days after they did Woodstock.
It's pretty amazing.
And then a block of Third Eye Blind.
Yeah. Playing Halloween here in Philly.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh.
they just announced it.
Okay.
What do you think of when you hear a Semi-Charmed Life?
Good. Casey and I always...
Does it bring back a memory?
I thought you were talking about in the song.
Yeah.
I think of backstage with at the Y100 Festival and Stone Temple Pilots and Stephen, what's his name? Jenkins had been apparently saying some things about Stone Temple Pilots, and word got back to them. And we were doing an interview with STP. The whole band was sitting there, and he poked his head in and kind of crashed the interview. And it was a very awkward moment. And Dean No, not Dean. The other DeLeo. Robert DeLeo was like, scoot along, son. He was calling him son.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty, it was like a rock and roll moment. It was pretty cool. What do you think of?
The Y100 Volkswagen Beetle commercial.
That was the soundtrack
You
to
and
that.
Marilyn driving and me and Brett and Leanne in the back.
Wow.
I think about when are you going to announce your unretirement from the 76ers? Are you going to do that on our show? When's that going to happen?
It's funny. Ricky Metallico comes down every day around 1:30. Are you coming back? Can you announce it on our show? I'm like, first of all, I have my own show.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good friends with Preston and Steve who have a show.
Yeah.
That seems to be the question I get everywhere.
Every day.
Yeah,
I'm
every day.
literally going to ask you this every single day.
Okay.
All right.
To be determined.
To be determined.
And moving right along, Pierre's Vinyl Cut on 45 today, Devo and Whip It.
Nice. So good.
Although, wait, today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I have to do 2 Devos.
Oh.
The B-side is...
What is it?
Girl You Want.
Oh, that's a great song.
That's a good song,
Just
right?
a girl you want. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good tune.
So that's what we'll do.
Okay. All right. Flip side.
The B-side.
Don't hear about that much. All right. Thank you, Matt. And thank you to our sponsors, Preston and Steve Show, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. It's also brought to you today by Nifty 50s, a 10-time Best of Philly winner. Nifty 50s, taste the memories. And it's also brought to you today by Franklin Mint Federal Credit Union, empowering financial journeys for families since 1970. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. We'll do our little Fox Good Day thing. It's been a while since we've done that. And we'll have actor Oaks Fegley in our studio tomorrow to talk about, what was it?
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter. That's the show, yeah.
All right.
All right, that is it. We are done. Rage on and have a great day in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.